You check that? So he's smooth today. Elise and Antoine, what's up? Fam, I know, fam, it's become routine that he comes in here and he's going to make an excuse today like he always does. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep the excuse to myself and say, I'm sorry I'm late. That makes more sense. You don't want to hear about my excuse anyway. Fam, football continues back in its normal. Well, actually, we already did a game, and actually, it's now it does take on a whole new dimension, doesn't it? It's before you're working up to get ready to play hostile competition. Unlike we're part of the clubhouse, so we treat each other kind of hard, but not bad. But them boys, that was another story. Denver Broncos coming up next week. The injury list does not look any. I'm telling you, man, add George Kittle to the crowded injury list. George had calf tightness today, but that's one of the things that's not going to be serious. I thought he was taking yoga with his gorgeous sister. Check out George's sister. I had no idea. I mean, wow, George, that's your sister? After they made to the 49ers working back from injury, Nick Bosa ankle, Ronnie Blair, the third, the groin is still killing him. D Ford, the knee. Joshua Garnett, the finger. DJ Jones now added to the list as of Saturday. The knee. Elijah Lee as of Saturday. The thumb. Jerick McKinnon continues his comeback. The knee. Raheem Mostert, he's still got a headache. Trent Taylor's feet are killing him. K'Wan Williams, his knee. He just got that scoped. It really kills me about some of these injuries. They tried to keep it away from us, didn't they? They didn't tell us anything about, actually, Trent Taylor. We didn't know anything about that, but I wonder how long they knew about that. And Jason Verrett, the ankle, and also, they're all non-participants in today's practice. But Jimmy G, meanwhile, still looks stress-free physically and has come back. Mrs. G's baby boy, he's still doing fine. That knee construction is not bothering him, and he's slated to start Monday night's exhibition in Denver, presuming all goes well in this week's practices, including joint sessions Friday and Saturday against the Broncos. Gee, look at you. Other injury updates, Malcolm Smith, he's been battling a hamstring issue, along with the issue of not being able to play very well anymore, lined up with first-string linebackers today, Fred Warner and Quan Alexander. And Jeff Wilson returned after that calf injury left him alone after 2 weeks and caught a Mullins pass in his only touch today. And also Jimmy Ward, still, we're remaining, he's on a non-contact jersey and out of team drills. T. Moore remained a first-string free safety, followed by Adrian Colbert, who drew praise. See, because Robert Saleh, when he says all gas, no brakes, he means it. So if you get a flag on occasion, and in this occasion, it was a preseason game, so you need to temper that kind of anger and violence, because they teach lead with the shoulder, and but see, Adrian got his head in the way. So anyway, Robert Saleh has nothing bad to say about him. Although he only had a 7-snap cameo. Mike Person appeared to tweak his knee, but was able to finish practice. But Mike Person, he can play with both legs broke, arm. If he can move, he'll continue to play and actually give you some decent performance. That's what I like about him. Joshua Garnett, he's got his thumb still hurting. And K'Wan Williams, as I mentioned, still sidelined. Emmanuel Mosley again served as starting nickel back for that reason. So, August 13th, the headline reads, Robert Saleh concerned about injured defensive players. What do you see for C.J. Beathard's future? This is kind of scary for him. And as I mentioned, Jimmy G and the offense continue to progress. The 49ers rested nearly all of the defensive starters in the first preseason game over the weekend, as you know, in part because they want to do everything in their power to field healthy players in week one, unlike last year when we came in and almost had to have Kyle and Robert Saleh and the coaching staff substitute for some of the guys who were missing. But without Nick Bosa, D Ford, D Buck, Eric Armstead, Ronnie Blair, their top 5 pass rushers have all missed time during training camp with various nagging injuries. Well, they're not nagging. Some of them are minor, but they're just there. And if they're there now, they're in the way. So the 49ers might struggle a bit to hit the ground running when the games start to count, as some worry. Robert Saleh voiced his concerns on the matter today, saying, quote, As a coach, I'm always paranoid. To me, you've got a new D-line coach. You've got new nuances to different techniques that he's teaching, and especially from a game standpoint, when you're working with a 3 technique and you're trying to create that continuity. That stuff to me is important, unquote. He's absolutely right. See, you don't think about these things because, we're la-di-da, oh, we got this guy, we got that guy. These guys got to work and get this act together, though. As good as they are and talented, as far as their talent goes, there's no problem, of course. But like Robert Saleh pointed out, I know. You look at Aaron Donald, that guy can spend 2 or 3 years off the field, come in and still kill you. And probably D4 is probably something similar to that. We know Nick Bosa is most likely similar to that because Nick Bosa, I don't think he knows how to be bad. So, these are things that are concerned. Armstead returned to practice today after missing a handful of practices with that calf injury. Bosa's status remains unclear ahead of the season opener. Though his sprained right ankle today didn't prevent him from riding a stationary bike on the sideline. That's good news. It doesn't. Because you can't ride a stationary bike if your ankle's hurting. You can't put pressure on it. There's already conspiracy theorists are already out saying there's nothing wrong with these people. 49ers just using this for an excuse to keep them out of the way and off the field so nobody starts, the media doesn't start poking around and trying to investigate, see what's going on. I'd like to believe that, actually. And D Ford hasn't participated since the first week of training camp due to that knee tendonitis. I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. Ronnie Blair remains out because of that lingering groin injury. And these are things that are piling up on us. The 49ers have a largely new group operating a new scheme focused on wide 9 alignments. That's the biggest concern right there. We haven't been doing that. We did it a little bit last year, but not really seriously. And they also have a new position coach in Chris Kasurik, which creates a steeper learning curve than normal. And particularly given how often the 49ers plan on using the 2-man fronts and other tactics that require pass rushing chemistry. You remember when Sean the Jeweler called in yesterday, and we talked about this, and there's going to have to be a certain level of timing, pursuit, and it's going to have to be a precision attack. Guys like, and this is what Malcolm Ford I don't know, Malcolm Ford. Did I say Malcolm Ford? Malcolm Smith. Anyway, Malcolm Smith, I want to see what he looks like because we already know that Drake Greenlaw is going to be fine. I already pointed him out. It's going to be a guy Sean pointed out yesterday. But Sean's pointing out the things that, that defense works. But there's got to be some excellent pursuit by those 2-man fronts. And when I see Quan Alexander and Dre Greenlaw, I feel good about that. But they need to work together for a while to get the timing and rhythm down and know what each other's going to do. See, so I'm feeling you, Robert Saleh. I'm feeling you, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, but you know what? That problem pales in comparison for poor C.J. Beathard, who was having enough trouble dealing with Nick Mullins. I really do feel bad about him. You know what? No matter what the public opinion is on C.J., you don't want to cheat him. I want to see him get his shot. And this is going to make it really difficult that he's going to be out. CJ can only watch today's practice with a wrap, possibly a soft cast on that right thumb, which he banged into a helmet on his final play of Saturday night's game against the Cowboys. A useless Cowboys caused CJ's future to look in peril because he needs to be out there to work. And if he's going to get better, he had 3 more shots to get so. He was already slated to be starting right behind Jimmy G this week. And apparently that's not going to happen now. A 49ers spokesman called it a sore thumb, and although there was no mention of it being a long-term issue, this appears a significant setback in Beathard's bid to beat out Nick Mullins, as Nick's going to smell blood. It's all about survival out there. Nick's going to smell blood, and he's going to put on his best performances, and he did pretty much do just that today. But meanwhile, suddenly in play, reserve quarterback Will Spate went 3 for 3 during red zone drills, connecting with Richie James Jr. Did you notice Richie James Jr. and the PFF ratings? Do you know he was the best offensive player we had? Didn't you cut Richie James Jr. a few weeks ago? You know what? Let's go and try to figure it out again tonight. Who are going to be the starting wide receiver? Who's going to be not even starting wide receivers. What group of people are going to remain in 49er uniforms to be 49ers as wide receivers in 2019? Anyway, it's early. It's early, so you don't want to get too serious about that. Will Spate went 3 for 3, as I mentioned, to not only Richie James, but Tyree Mayfield, Jalen Hurd, and those are all touchdowns. Go UCLA. Jimmy Garoppolo found Matty B in the front of the end zone for a TD during team red zone drills. He also tossed a shovel pass to Tevin Coleman at the 10-yard line. Another TD. G just went buck wild today. And again, this goes back to the fact that there's no pressure out there. The defense has got a few guys, but, not the whole army. So Dante, G, as I say, hitting Dante Pettis on a deep 30-yard pass up the right sideline during the move the ball period. Garoppolo also found Coleman and Marquise Goodwin on the drive that ultimately would have ended in a field goal. At least the defense, they still tough on that one. Nick Mullins comes right in, joins the party, led a 70-yard drive down the field and ended in an Austin Walter rushing TD. I'm going to keep an eye on Austin Walter, too. If Jerick McKinnon gets put on the IR, I think he might be the guy. Now, the other guy, too, I can't remember his name. The guy they signed 24 hours or so within the time frame of the game coming up. He came in and did a great job. He's a great North-South guy. We've already got a good North-South guy, though, and he returned to practice. They also want Mullins made a completion against there's James Jr., and 2 first-down pickups to Hurd on the drive. There's that name. Saturday Night's hero, Jalen Hurd, getting in the mix. Solomon Thomas finally comes to the rescue out of pressure during red zone work that led to an incompletion finally. Contavious Street and Julian Taylor said that's enough. That is enough. And they finally poured some rain on that offensive parade, registered pressure after pressure during the session. Fred Warner came up with a fumble recovery on the 49ers' first running play of the day. They didn't say, I don't know, I'm not sure who it was, though. G connected with Ross Dwelling twice during Tuesday's session, once at the goal line during a red zone work, and another for a first down up the right sideline during the move the ball period. Ross Dwelling, go to the head of the class. I think George has got his dog. There, Dwelling saw first-team reps in place of George. Jamel Garcia Williams. We heard a lot about him in practice in the last few weeks anyway. But it was about what's this guy's name? I'll get back to him in a minute. But you know what I'm talking about. He's the one who did the job, and we never hear about him. Anyway, Jordan Thompson split a sack during. Who's Jordan Thompson? Jordan Thompson is that guy we just signed recently too. They split a sack during red zone work. Matron. What's Matron's last name? I want to hear more about Aziz Al-Shar. Is he going to do some more work, too? But anyway, tell you what, fam. My questions are this. Is the defense going to be okay without any good work between now and they may get, there's going to be 2 weeks away. I suspect the last week or two, Robert Saleh will be able to relax and get some of these guys back in here. But it's the time they've already missed already that they could be getting things all bolted down and polished and ready to roll. And if that doesn't happen, somebody got Matron's name for me there? No. Oh, is that DeMonte Moore? That was the guy, right? Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Rousseau. Yeah, he was a guy in the Cowboys game. So, and everybody's going to have their moments. That's the way it works. You look good in practice. You look good during the game. It's a balance. You want to keep a balance. So even Dante made an appearance today in practice. So, I think he's kind of sensitive, though. Dante Pettis is probably, even if he's not hearing it from us, he's hearing it from other people, his closest friends and that type of thing. So we'll see. So, and C.J. Beathard, what's going to happen to him? Now, Will Spate's in the mix. You can't trade C.J. Beathard. You're not going to get anything for him. And I say that unless you're going to get a Belichick or somebody like that. In the first place, I do believe that Kyle saw something that only a keen coaching eye can see. You see, you and I, we're just watching what happens, and we don't appreciate what we see. We do know that C.J. has a great long ball. His accuracy is very good deep. His decision-making is questionable, but can that be fixed? So if that be the case, guys like Belichick, as I say, your quarterback gurus, they know what they're looking at, and they know what they can fix. So, and that Kyle is that way. He's a quarterback guru. He sees everything we're seeing, but he knows what he could probably fix. And this is why CJ stays, he remains in the mix. Nick Mullins, on the other end, is just a pure dog. He just comes out there and bears down. And that's why we're impressed with him. Because from where our perspective is, and from what we believe is a good quarterback versus a non-good quarterback, we see it in Nick Mullins, and we see the opposite in CJ for the most part. And he's got his fans, but I mean, still. Anyway, hey, Matt S. Yo, shout out from Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matt S? And Mr. 16 Tony Montana. You know what it is. Checking in from LA818. Bang, bang, banger gang, baby. And a 49ers Rockets Rider. Hey, what's good, fam? Mike R. What's up? Slick 6 years. Adrian Coleman feeling like his old Punisher self. In fact, he talked to Matt Mayelko at NBC Sports. I left a video for you on Twitter, by the way. And he gets back, and he's saying some of the things I knew was the case, too. He says there's been some things going on in his personal life, and you know it involves love. I'm just guessing. But, that have been affected play. Because he looked night and day different last year. And he says he's feeling more like himself. And he's just not worried about position now. He's just worried about reasserting himself as a good football player. So I hope they're going to be patient with him. We'll see what happens. Red Eye, what's up? What's good checking in? I know CJ's hurt, but it doesn't matter. He's a dork in the pants anyway. Mullins all the way. Barack O'Liner, hey, can I count on your vote that the Niners will go 12-4? Michelle and I would appreciate it. You got my vote, Barack. Absolutely. I say 10-6 because I'm a little afraid. I want to see what they look like. And probably after the first game of the season, I'm probably going to go up to 14-2. I just want to see first. Ralph Delso, what's up? Our depth at O-line is starting to scare me. It's already scaring the quarterbacks. The fact, I believe most of these injuries are staying so the crowd can keep the key players sidelined for the remainder of the preseason. It's mostly the key guys who are supposedly injured. You notice that too? See, that's why I said the conspiracy people are out, and they're right. Mac may want to be one of those folks, and that's an argument that I'm going to buy. Daniel, sir, not only can Jalen play in the backfield, tight end, a wide receiver, but you see the blocks he makes. I know he makes our guys mad. He blocks so good. Joshua Woodard, I love Ronbo Sports Empire for life. Thank you, Josh. Let me put on these ears and get to my telephone and get to my player partner .5. Because we got 2.5, and both of them equal one player partner. Dre!
Man, what's happening, bruh?
Dre, man, I'm feeling Robert Saleh. You can't have everybody sitting around on the sideline hurt, especially we're trying to get down to the timing and techniques of the wide nine and got a few new personnel pieces in there. We need to get some work in there together. So Robert Saleh letting everybody know I ain't liking this, y'all. I mean, I need these guys out here so we can work. But Dre, these dudes are very good players. Are we going to be okay?
Man, I think, okay, I'll speak for the level-headed people, the people who are not really thinking off of emotions, you know what I'm saying? For the people who are thinking off of logic, bro, this is just week 1 of preseason.
True.
Okay? We have 4 weeks until the season starts, man. That's a long time for these guys to heal up.
True.
These are not serious injuries, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, these injuries, they're sitting guys out just for precaution. We heard what, our head coach, Kyle Shanahan, said. He would rather, cut the preseason, you know what I'm saying, to 2 games.
He made that clear.
Because it doesn't make any sense to put guys out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? Last year, the Rams, the broke-ass Rams, they didn't play any of their starters in all 4 preseason games. And what did they end up doing?
Going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so it really does not matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about these knick-knack, paddywhack-ass injuries. As far as Coleman goes,
I see what you did there.
As far as Coleman goes, when you dislocate your ankle, bro, that's a serious injury. That's something to worry about. Luckily, the guy was, a second or third stringer. So as far as these sprains, getting cartilage cleaned out of your dirty cartilage cleaned out of your knee, all of that stuff. This is precautions, and this is stuff that needs to happen now. And also, what guys need to realize is we have a bye the 3rd game of the season, fellas.
More time.
So it's like giving us an extra week for guys to heal up. So when we get into the grind mode of the season, that game 8, that game 9, and that game 10, where you start to see if you're in the playoff race and what seed you're going to be, you'll have those guys available. It sucks when you get those type of injuries late in the season. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to play through that shit. Luckily, we have a bye after 2 games. So even if one of our guys don't come back, against Tampa Bay or against the Steelers, luckily those are not divisional games. So yeah, it counts. It counts on the overall schedule. Yeah, it looks good. But hell, I remember one year, there's a team, the Seattle Seahawks went to the playoffs with a 7-9 record. That's because they won the division.
Yeah.
So, I'm not really, I do this every year. This is the first year where I'm telling myself, man, I'm not going to get all hyped up and worried about stuff that happens in preseason. Okay? It's not going to happen.
It's
we
healthy.
basically already know. We already know who our starting lineups is going to be. We know who's going to be our rotational guys. And 9 times out of 10, we know who's going to be on the squad, and we know who's not going to be on the squad. That shit is already established. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is just the process of where you're going to start to see those names shave off. I'm excited to go to Denver. To Mile High. This week. And to get some reps against other teams, to get some reps against, a future Hall of Famer and Von Miller, to get some reps against a really good defense, to get some reps against, a new quarterback that they just got, from the Ravens and Joe Flacco. This is going to be a good test to see where we're at. I put more stake in us going up to Denver and seeing where we're at than I do, playing against the bum-ass Cowboys. Because I rewatched that game. Ronbo, do you know that they started eight of their guys on defense? The only player that I didn't see.
We had people arguing about that in the chat.
Yeah,
and you
bro.
counted them. You've seen
bro.
them too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Vander Hess, Jalen Smith, all those guys, bro.
They was out there partying.
Yeah, only person I didn't see was DeMarcus Lawrence, and that's because his bum ass is recovering from a surgery that he had, bro. And I guarantee you, if he was healthy, they would have put his ass out there too, and he would have got exposed, just like we did with the rest of them bums, like third stringers. Okay. So Ronbo, this is what we have to look at: 200 yards of penalties, second and third stringers, and we still won the game. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we still won the game.
And left points on the table. Dre, you saw those drops, didn't you?
Yeah, I seen the drops. Man, can I get an installment and let me holler at you real quick before I get up out of here?
Real quick, Dre, because we got only 2 seconds. And now, in emergency, let me holler at you. Go ahead, Dre.
Kendrick.
You and me both. I worked him.
I have been your biggest supporter. I have literally sat on my favorite show of all time, Ronbo Sports, and got chewed out by my Niner Empire because I stick by you through thick and thin. Now, I'm not telling you that I'm going to not support you.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I support somebody, I'm going to go to the depths and back.
Yeah.
But, bruh, you can't drop potential 30, 40-yard pickups. You have wide open field. Instead of having one catch for 14 yards, you could have had 2 catches for about 60 yards. Maybe you could have even scored on that play. Because, bruh, it was green field, man. So we got to clean that up, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take the brunt on this one. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be blind to the truth. The truth is, you had a possible big play that would have gave us 7 points, and you dropped it, bro. So I'm not saying that I'm not gonna stop supporting you, but you got to clean that type shit up because this is a tight race for the wide receivers, and I want to see you on the squad.
Dre, Kendrick may have lost sleep. In fact, I don't know what happened to him today. Kendrick's probably still upset with himself. So nobody beat him up worse than he did. So He'll be
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, and like you said, man, this is just there's a caller that said, if you ever played baseball, I played baseball. When you see that curveball get huge inside the strike zone, and
Don't
then that
overswing.
motherfucker drop as soon as it get to you, and you swing, you're like, damn, I had that one. If I just would have waited a quick second. Kendrick seen so much green field that he was ready to turn upfield before the damn ball even got to him.
And committed the ultimate sin in any ball. Look, keep your eye on the ball until you make the catch. Football, basketball, baseball.
Just make that catch and turn up. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to my TNT fam. You know what I'm saying? My player partner, Will, Trey Trez, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Bob Money, Ratio Flores. I mean, all of the guys, man. Hey, Russo, love you, man. Hey, bro, let's just realize that this is just preseason, man. This is just preseason. Guys can play great in this preseason and then, don't even make the damn playoffs. We've seen 4 of those last year.
There you
go. You know what I'm saying? I'm out, Ronbo. I'll see y'all later on this week, my brother.
All right, fam. Maybe as early as tomorrow. All right, fam. Have a good night.
I'll be here for sure.
Yeah. You always got to go back to Allen Iverson when you think about practice, and don't get maybe too Kendrick, and then just gonna go out that. Okay, Dion.
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
Dion, I can hear you so loud and clear. Yes. Dion.
Can you hear me?
You're not. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ronbo.
All right, well, Dion, you're on. Hey, come on in, Dion. Tonight, we're going over the concerns.
How's it going?
That's going great. Tonight, we're concerned about, I'm concerned about Robert Saleh and his concern, which I wouldn't have thought about until he says these guys that are injured or not playing or not on the field of practice, I don't know if they're getting enough reps. So I'm a little concerned about that, as he says. We're learning new techniques, and these guys need to be out there getting at it. They're great football players, though, the guys that are out, and so they'll probably be okay. But, Dion. And, of course, we have C.J. Beathard, poor guy. He can't work. He can't even compete anymore. At least I don't know how long. His thumb is ruined. And, Dion, this is the same guy. He lost his job to Jimmy G. Remember that night against the Seattle Seahawks? He goes down. Jimmy G is born. The whole era got started that night. And now he comes back in the next season. He's Jimmy's backup. Hurts himself again. Nick Mullins is born. And now, Dion, Will Spate has been given life through C.J. Beathard. I figured Nick's going to start behind Jimmy and then Will Spate. How badly do you feel about all these things?
To be honest with you, I don't feel bad for C.J. Beathard. I don't want C.J. Beathard in anyway. I'd rather have Nick Mullins as the backup. I felt that way ever since I saw Nick Mullins take the field. And the reason being is because Mullins knows how to process things. Mm-hmm. You know what happens when C.J. gets on the field? C.J. looks scared. I feel like he thinks he's going to get hit every time he hikes the ball. But the thing is when you watch Mullins play and you see him, Mullins, you remember what he did before that Seattle game? Mullins went on there with headphones blasting music purposely to prepare for the loudness of that Hawks nest. So you got to think about it. Look at that preparation. He already knew, I'm going to be dealing with this noise. I got to figure out how to call these plays and how to get my guys lined up properly, in that Hawks nest, in that lion's den, so to speak. And then at the same time, look at what Nick Mullins did. Yes, the interception was an ill-advised pass. Yes, their stats, him and CJ kind of mirrored each other to an extent. CJ had a little bit more on the passing yards. But the thing is Nick Mullins is more of a viable backup. I feel like, say we get deep into the season, and God forbid anything happen to Jimmy, I want him to stay healthy. I want him to take us right into the playoffs. But say we get into the season and something happens, Jimmy's got to take a seat. What happens? Nick Mullins comes in, the train just keeps rolling. CJ come in, what are you going to do? We're going to start losing games again. We're going to be right back in that seat where we lost those games where it was a situation where we had, we were losing games by 2, 3, 4 points. We had lost like the most games with such a small margin for teams in the NFL.
True.
But as far as the defensive guys, I agree with Saleh. Yes, there are things that they need to learn. There are new things that they are going to go through. But what I can say is we got some damn good football players. So once they actually get on the field, this is not going to be an issue. I can tell you right now, if Bosa was given Joe Staley a bona fide Hall of Famer, first ballot, no question about it. If he was giving Joe Staley problems, he's going to give all these left tackles problems. The people going to be crying coming off that edge. They're going to look up and they're going to be like, man, you know what? I don't even know why I got to deal with this kid. Can I just go home? You know what? Coach, my hamstring hurt. Let me get the next guy in. You know, it's literally going to be that way.
Can I get some help over
coming
here?
up the middle, too. Exactly. Defo, and you got Defo and Solly coming up the middle. You got D Ford, and then you got Nick Bosa coming off the edge. Seriously? Who's going to have time to throw? Who's going to have time to do anything? That's going to give Uncle Shern. That's going to give Jason Verrett. That's going to give DJ Reed. That's going to give Akello all the time they need to be able to make the plays on these balls and do the things that they need to do. And honestly, when I watched that last game, Ronbo, I'm going to tell you this. The stupidest call that the refs made was Julian Taylor's illegal contact with the quarterback. He punched the ball out. That was a fumble that would have set us up inside their red zone. That was one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Now, don't get me wrong. We had to clean up the penalties. I get it. But there were a couple of penalties where I'm like, come on, man. Like, yes, the Adrian Colbert penalty, I mean, that's a 50-50. You know, you can either call it or you can't. Because, of course, unfortunately, you know, sometimes, you know, football gets a little ticky-tack now. They call so many things, you can't even breathe on a player without getting a flag thrown. But I'm telling you, Ronbo, it's nothing to be worried about. The guys that are injured, they're going to come back healthy. Everybody's going to be good. I feel, honestly, like it's going to look like this. The third game is the only time you're going to see most of our starters play at least maybe the full first quarter. And after that, you won't see them no more. And then the fourth game is going to show us who really wants it. That kid Valoga, he came on in the fourth quarter with 2 sacks. He was a beast. Demontre Moore comes on. He's a beast. Yeah. So we got a deep defensive line. So if D Ford and Nick Bosa need to take a couple days off, that's okay. We'll just go ahead and put those guys in. We got Sheldon. We got all these people. Our defensive line now. Only thing I am worried about is the backups on the offensive line. We lost Sean Coleman. We just signed this guy out of Miami to compete for the swing tackle job with the guy we drafted, Justin Skule. So it's basically, you know, we hoping that Skule can either step up or this guy that we signed out, you know, that was on Miami's old line. He's been in the league for about 8, 9, 10 years. Hopefully he can come in and play that swing tackle position.
Because Beavers ain't going to make it. Whew, good.
No, he ain't making it. Nah, he got 8 up when he came in and played. Before they killed him. They killed him off that. Yeah, I mean, when you looked at him, you said, you know what, it's a wrap. That's over for that guy. Yeah. There's nothing anybody could do. But the only thing I'm really worried about, honestly, is just the backups on the offensive line. The offensive line is going to have to stay super healthy, and we're going to have to play out of our minds to be able to make sure that we don't have any problems or anything, you know. But other than that, Ronbo, I ain't worried about nothing, man. Hopefully Verrett is healthy. Hopefully his mind is right. He keeps himself mentally going in the right place. Yeah, he keeps himself going in the right place mentally as far as, you know, not getting into that dark place because he got injured. Yeah. And we'll be perfectly fine on our defense, man. We just got to get that offensive line right and we'll be okay.
There you go. Dion, that's a great breakdown, Dion, man. Hey, what? We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think there's working out tomorrow. If they work out tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow and get some more. Yeah. All right?
Oh, yeah, of course, man. You know, I love talking to you, Ronbo. It's always good calling in, man. Yeah. Shout out to my Niner Empire. Appreciate what you do. And thank you so much for having me on, brother.
Hey, anytime, Dion. Talk to you later.
All right.
And Dion brings up an excellent point. Did you notice, remember last year the referees, how rough they were during preseason? They called every little foul. I think that's an effort to try to protect the players. They stopped doing that during the regular season. Look for the fouls, although the 49ers did commit 80, 90% of them penalties. But I think some of them may have been questionable. But when you get up around 150, doesn't matter. You don't need to question nothing at that point. Oh, are you kidding me? It's HBK. Oh, no, oh, God, I've left my notes. HBK, let me see. The showstopper, the Mr. San Francisco, the the icon. Wait, 1, 2, 3. The icon.
Rombo. I mean, it's like, I think
He also has another. He has a new name
so.
too. Go ahead, HBK.
Anyway,
Good to see you.
It's the icon, the showstopper, the main event. Mr. San
event.
Francisco is back.
Oh, I left out two. If I was ever on
that's all good.
Ellen DeGeneres or so, you know one of those shows where they ask you for the trivia out of nowhere and they're going to give you $10,000 to $100,000, I'd be laying on the floor crying. Okay, Ronbo Sports, you've got a guy that calls in HBK. Can you name all 4 of his monitor? What? Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Oh, the icon, Mr. San Francisco. The show. Buzz. HBK,
Man,
good hearing from you again.
It's been a long time, Rombo. What's going on, bro?
Well, listen, tonight, Robert Saleh pointed out some things that got me concerned about the defense getting out there and working together. And also, I'm feeling sorry for CJ. He's not getting a lot of sympathy from a lot of people, but I feel bad for him.
I'm not feeling sorry for CJ.
Why?
Because it's like when he got in the game, Rombo, after Mullins had left, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. It's like all we need. It's like, typical CJ. Whenever we need like less than a score, I mean, CJ fucks it up for us, but at least in this case, he did come through. So I can't come a little slack on that.
Yeah.
But
I think they tackled him from the first snap, and that freaked everybody out. As soon as that happened, here we go, and then he straightened up though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we got in the red zone, and he threw the interception. I'm like, oh, I'm like, you know what? Cut him down. It's like, you know what, CJ? It's like don't even go out and turn your playbook and just go home. I mean, it's like, we can go ahead and just go ahead and just FedEx your equipment back to us, man. Just go. Like just leave now. Leave right now. Not now, but right now.
HBK, my question though, here's this. If he were just a little jerk, I could appreciate him saying it. Well, if he was like somebody like a personality akin to Baker Mayfield, well, if he got his little butt handed to him, I'd be delighted. But he's such a nice guy, soft-spoken. He never really, I mean, I wish he had a fair shot, no matter what,
I mean, it's like, CJ Beathard, I mean, it's like, he's a good dude. And yes, albeit he did get our first win back in about 2 years ago.
2017.
And it's like, against the Giants. So, I mean, but it's like whenever he gets in the game, it's like he looks a little indecisive to me and stuff, And it's like, Nick Mullins, I feel more comfortable and more confident with Nick Mullins being the backup to Jimmy G than I do CJ. CJ had his moment. He had his time. I don't know if it's psyche. I mean, whatever it is, there's something about CJ that's just a little off at this point, And
it could be his lack of emotion.
So he's a football player, though.
Yeah. I think it might be his lack of emotion. When you see Nick's out there screaming. He's looking every time somebody drops a pass, he goes nuts. He's out there. He's animated. You get the feeling he's emotionally committed. But CJ's out there. Oh, he missed that. All right.
Yeah, man. But it's like, but what about the running back and stuff? It's like, did Tevin Coleman ever? When is he gonna ever see any action?
As you know, they're keeping all the frontline guys, the starters, they're keeping them out of the way of harm's way. There was nothing wrong with Tevin Coleman this past weekend. I think they made something up.
Okay.
But I don't think anything was wrong. He was in practice today.
But it's like, some of us I want to bring up Ronbo and stuff, while I had this moment and stuff, and I ain't going to take it too much time because I know others want to get on and, go ahead and, say anything or whatever. But I'm starting to get a little doubt about Jared McKinnon, man. I mean, and it's like, I hate to, pull the plug on something before it officially starts and what we see what we have. Mm-hmm. But if we shell out all that money to do, and I understand nothing against Jared McKinnon, God, I mean, it's like, if anything, I hope he really proves me wrong and makes me take back everything I'm saying right now. But right now, I'm not too confident in Jarek right now. From a health standpoint, and putting all that money into a dude
and you're getting nothing out of your investment. And I know that Prague and John Lynch and everybody built that contract, a certain mechanism in the contract where if something happens, say like something should happen or something, then they can just go and just cut ties and just part ways or whatever. But I just want to hear your and the rest of my now brothers and sisters' opinion on that one, because that's got me full of doubts with Jarek right now.
And it's a legitimate concern because I thought, and somebody pointed out, I just didn't want to believe it because I was a huge Jarek McKinnon fan. I wanted to see what he can do, right? Because Kansas City went and got him. But somebody said, the pursuit for Le'Veon Bell should tell you something. What does it tell me? Well, what does it tell you? I know what you're thinking. You're saying because he went after Bell, there must be something seriously wrong with Jarek McKinnon. And I had to stop my argument and say, you're probably right. You don't go after Le'Veon Bell. You've already got Matt Brady, who's already proven that he can play. There may be something wrong with Jarek McKinnon. They went after Tevin Coleman as soon as he was available. That was another sign that there may be something wrong. Sure enough, here we are. Jarek is having a problem. I tell you something. If Austin Walter has another crack bang-up game this weekend, look for Jarek probably ends up on the IR. The 49ers can't cut him right now because that would be detrimental to the cap.
What about Raheem Mostert? It's like, does he pose a threat as far as taking the roster spot from Jarek?
No, he's on no matter what. Raheem has dual functions. He is the best special teams guy we got. So he gets on no matter what. But him being a running back of the quality he is, it does give us leverage as far as Jarek McKinnon. And also you've got, as I say, Austin Walter. So it would probably let Jarek heal up, give him another season if you have to. It looks like it's going to be that way. And don't force him back in. You can put him on the IR, or they can't go back to the pup.
But it's like, now I'm going to ask this, and now I'm going to go ahead and take my place or whatever. But what is the status right now? Does he have? Is it 50-50 chance he can still make the season, or is it almost a foregone conclusion at this point with Jarek?
No, he's resting. Now? He just had a PRP platelet-rich plasma injection. He just had that treatment, and I guess they're going to wait to see what he looks like in another week or so, and then they'll make a decision from there. Is my guess. So we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, bro. So you gonna be on tomorrow?
I think so. Actually, this is too much fun. I can't stand it. I can't stay away. I'm going to try to stay away, but I know I won't.
All right.
I'm not going to try to stay away. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, it's good hearing you, man, and great to be back, man.
All right. Thanks, HBK. Good hearing you, too. As soon as I see your name come up on the screen.
If you can't click, we out.
That's it. It's the click. Good night, HBK.
All right, bro.
Oh, God. You guys got so many mantras, I can't keep up, man. I'm going to write them down tonight. I'm serious. Next time I see him, I'll be ready. And now, may I have your attention, please? All rise as the Rev enters the building. Rev!
Ronbo.
Rev, I'm telling you, man. You already know, man. I mean, my heart is soft, man. I can't get mad at CJ. I feel bad for the boy. And also, Robert Saleh has got a good point. I wish he wouldn't have brought it up, to be honest with you, because now I'm concerned. And anything you got on your mind, Rev, jump on in it.
Well, we always know how I like to start this off. Shout out to my family worldwide, that red and gold, rep that beautiful color 24/7, 365. Shout out to that man, Ronbo, for giving us this platform to speak our love and our frustrations about our 49ers.
Thanks, man.
Well, got that out the way. I want to jump on this one.
Out of what book is this?
Point. No, we're not going to do no book today. That's Sunday.
That's Sunday.
We're not going to go to the Book of Champions today. No, Sunday. But I've heard a lot of good key points from previous callers. It's first game of the preseason. We were just so hyped up. We were so pumped up to see 49ers football. And there are some of us that are detailed into it. There's some of us that are just like so excited to see 49er football. I think it's one of these cat and mouse kind of games that we're playing as far as the injuries. You know, injuries are going to happen. I don't care who, what, when, where, why. I played football just like many of my other 49er brothers out there that played football. We know what it is. Injuries happen. I agree with the coach, you know what I'm saying, cut preseason to 2 games, you know what I mean, to help not, you know, with all the injuries and all that. I mean, hell, look at Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck has a freaking injury right now, and it's like, damn, this dude.
Bone. In what part?
A small bone.
And a small.
Like
and that's adjacent to another injury.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? We know injuries are going to happen. I think we'll, you know, and I have firm belief and faith that come week 1, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready. We're going to see pain and punishment come week 1. So I'm not worrying about that. C.J. Beathard is C.J. Beathard. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Poor
guy. The last caller said a really good point how C.J., you know, looks like a deer in headlights, and how Nick Mullins commanded and controlled the team. You know, when there was a bad play, he was up in the guys' faces, you know, letting them know. And I like to see that because he's showing that leadership quality. Like, hey, guys, we got to be on the same page. Let's do this all over again. Jimmy G did the same thing when he came in for that 5-game streak. But we know we're just praying for this season to be the beginning of what JG10 is acclimated to do. I'm not too much writing into the you know, oh my God, this person's hurt, that person ain't practicing, blah blah blah. Let it happen. Let these second and third stringer boys play. That's how I feel. Just let them play. We seen some great versatility in that game against the Cowboys. We really did. You know, we seen some guys that was making big plays. You know what I'm saying? Them little plays are what counts. You know, we saw a lot of good pass breakups. We saw great pressure on the defense. We saw, you know what I'm saying? We just saw overall a lot for us that are like so in depth in with it. But you know, I'm excited for this game against the Broncos. A good challenge, see what the boys can do. You know, yeah, it's preseason, but you know, come week 1, that's what I'm focused on. Is week 1, because it's about to happen, and y'all know me well enough to know pain and punishment is coming. It's coming.
Oh, yes.
It's definitely coming. So, you know, I'm just and I'm with y'all, fam, when I say I'm excited to hear, you know, helmets smacking, pads cracking. You know, because it's just we've been waiting so long.
God,
so long.
I love that stuff.
We've been waiting so long for 49er football. So we just need to be patient. You know what I mean? Let's just get through this preseason. You know, I have firm belief in the coaches and the training staff that they're going to make, you know, the best decisions that they can to put us in a place to succeed. And it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, you know, it's going to happen. We are focused on number 6. Like, that is the main. Forget everything else. The main objective is to get to that Super Bowl, and I think these guys are hungry and dedicated to do whatever it takes to get there. And I really feel that this year is that stepping stone. And you know, with a healthy JG10, I mean,
sky's the limit.
Like I said, we were putting up points with second and third stringers with C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins at quarterback. So I can only imagine with Jimmy Garoppolo starting a full season, we're going to put up points. It's just that defense I am so hyped about, that where it's just going to be so nasty that we're going to see snot bubbles. From if you got a high definition TV and you see one of our defensive linemen pop a quarterback, you're going to see snot bubbles come out his nose. Like, that's how much pain and pressure we about to bring at you right now. And that's what we focused on, is pain and punishment. Hey, that's all I really want to jump on, Ronbo. I just want to thank you for the platform. I ain't going to hold you up. But we all know, come Sunday, y'all know what it is. Book of Champions. We about to do it real big. That's how we do it. Shout out to everybody. Y'all be safe, be blessed, be cool. You know what I'm saying? Rep that beautiful red. Rep that beautiful red and gold all week long. Piss a Raider fan off. Piss a Rams fan off. Piss a fuck out or fuck cop fan off. Piss anybody off. Wear your colors and be proud of it, because that's just what we do. Ronbo, I thank you. I love you. I appreciate it. And y'all know how I do it and how I end it. In order to be the man, you got to beat me.
Ram, love you back, man. Always the pleasure. You
No
chance to
doubt,
now on this Sunday. All right, fam.
Oh, definitely. Sunday, Book of Champions coming at y'all. Y'all be cool. Niners for life. 49er faithful. I'll holler at you.
Hey, Light Ram. And there he is. I see Texas boy. Dak only had. By the way, did you hear the joke about Dak? He's turned down $30 million. As if. Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, as you know, I'm feeling something that everybody refuses to feel anything but Mrs. Beathard's baby boy. I feel sorry for his situation. The boy ain't gonna have a chance. And I know what you're thinking, Will. You're thinking he didn't have no chance in the first place. But that ain't right, Will. You can't talk about women. Come on, give the boy a shot. And my concern, Robert Saleh brought something to my attention I hadn't even thought that much about. These guys need to be out on the field working out, Will. I know they're good, but I do want to see them get in a little more time. It could be a fake, though. All of them might be all right. They might be practicing with the lights off so the media don't see them late night somewhere. I don't know. So, it all could be a ploy. So, but, Will, what are you thinking, fam?
Man, well, first off, man, CJ Beathard, the television don't lie, man. When you looking at TV, you see what you see.
Oh.
So we saw what we seen from CJ Beathard. It ain't good.
Oh.
He ain't got it, man. We might as well just put CJ Beathard in the jar, put the cap on it, close it tight, throw it in the water, and let it swim off the sea. It's a wrap, man. He ain't got it. Nick Mullins is the backup, man. It's obvious. The man came out there last year. He was 13 TDs, 10 interceptions.
Yeah.
I
think he led the league with weekend percentages, too.
Yeah. CJ Beathard can't even get a bit of it. He can't even reach half of it. It's a wrap, man. He can't read the field. He holds on to the ball, and he act like he wants to get himself hurt. He wants to get himself hurt.
Could he be a masochist, Will? You think CJ likes pain? We're getting a little kinky tonight. Ow,
to be honest with you, Ronbo.
Oh.
To be honest with you, Ronbo, I think CJ Beathard trying to commit suicide.
Oh, God. I do worry, though. It might not be safe for him, actually. Because sometimes CJ takes some blindside hits. You see his neck rope like okra. I do worry that he's going to get seriously hurt one time because he almost looks defenseless out there at times. Will, you got a good point there, It may not be intentional suicide.
Right, because he's holding the ball too long. He's holding the ball too long. You see when Nick Mullins, when he makes his drop, he gets the ball out. You don't see Nick Mullins getting hit and harassed and all that type crap. He getting the ball out. The defensive lineman seem to get the ball out, don't even try to attempt to tackle him. So, you get the ball out, the ball is out of your hands. It's over with. You got to worry about getting hit. Mm-hmm. But CJ holds onto the ball. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
The offensive line hates that, too. This is why Jimmy G makes the offensive line look good. And this is why we may be over-worrying about the offensive line. Just like Brady, his offensive lines have not been that fantastic. But Brady makes him look good because he makes decisions quick and he gets that ball out. And this is the key in the NFL. Don't be standing back there too long because defenses are scary. And the offensive line can only hold them so long. So you're right.
Right. But yeah, man. With Robert Saleh worried about the defense, man. Robert Saleh, man, he shouldn't worry about it. No, we all shouldn't worry about it, man. These injuries that these players got right now is not season injuries. They're not season ending. You know, most of these guys will be back for week 1. I know D4 will be back.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, it's a good possibility Bosa might be back. Now Kawhi Williams, Kyle Shanahan said he's gonna miss week 1. So if Kawhi Williams doesn't play, I would love to see DJ Reed, or if Barrett is available for week 1, I would like to see him play the slot.
Hey,
you know,
Will, you know what though? Here, let me run this by you though. Jimmy Ward plays a slot probably as good as anybody on the team. You put him in a slot. You put Timor at the safety.
No, Jay Ward. No.
Under no circumstances.
I tell you what,
you got to appreciate that well-seasoned, been in the league for a few years, first-round draft pick. I'm telling you, he's one of the best in the slot.
Nah. You couldn't say that to me if it came with a beautiful woman. Nah.
Well, that's serious. But go ahead. Well, give me the rest of your lineup.
No.
Barrett?
Let me make a correction, Ronbo. I want, since Kawhi Williams ain't playing the slot, I'll cross out Witherspoon, put Barrett at the outside corner, and put
I feel better already.
DJ Reed in the slot. Yeah. Now that I had messed up because I don't want.
He does a good job.
I don't want Witherspoon out there either. I don't want Witherspoon out there either. I don't want him out there neither.
Killer.
That play in preseason, Gallup made Witherspoon look like a damn fool.
Y'all don't understand what he was doing
on that little route. Nah.
You and Kendrick, I don't know what y'all was doing before the game. Okay, you know what though? I want to see one more week in Denver if there could be some redemption. Will, I think the jury should stay out and wait a minute on both Akello, Kendrick Bourne. Who else I know can play better than they did? Messed up.
Well,
I
ain't worried about Bourne. Bourne will he'll redeem himself. It's Witherspoon. I get okay, Ronbo. Just for you, Ronbo, I'm gonna give Witherspoon one more time. Get these damn Broncos. If he gets that, if his ass get chewed out and looking like a clown in that damn field, I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna get somebody to take out the tires out the Witherspoon bus too.
Oh.
So I'm telling you, man. Yeah.
But you don't want to believe in these guys.
Man, but one more thing before I get off, man. But I am concerned about offensive line a little bit. We don't know the status of Richard Byrd and Percy.
Russo got a report from somewhere that he's looked like he's coming along okay. We'll see.
Okay, because we gotta protect Jimmy G, man. We can't afford to have this man on that ground again, man. We need that line to be elite this year. So
I agree.
We gotta be up on that. So we gonna see how that work out. But anyway, man. But overall, man, these injuries, man. Y'all just go to sleep. Just go to sleep and sleep well because these ain't season ending. Most of these guys gonna be back, and when they do come back, they'll be ready. They're probably somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, they probably somewhere doing some stuff.
We'll
so.
be back tomorrow, Will, and we will continue. All right.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, man. My player partner, Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, Shea Lewis, all them guys, Real 49 hits, man, Jared Fresh. Fuck the Rams. Fuck Rudy. They lost the fucking Super Bowl, and they only scored 3 fucking points. And they only scored 3 fucking points this past preseason game, and they are broke.
Night, Will.
All right, Mambo.
We got to change the Rams name to just the Ram because Ram has only 3 letters in it. Los Angeles Ram. 3. We love 3. James.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, a little concerned, but of course, not overly concerned. I do hear what Robert Saleh is preaching, and I'm one of the few people. I'm campaigning tonight to see if I can muster up any sympathy for C.J. Beathard. I'm not getting any cooperation here. People are starting to throw. He's laying down there bleeding. People taking whole handfuls of salt, throwing it on him. Well, I feel bad for him because he's not going to be able to continue to compete, and he was already at odds anyway. So, James, if you got any favors to ask from the Lord, you might want to ask him one for CJ. And by the way, Jimmy G looked really good today. Again, is there something we should be celebrating, or should we wait? James, I'll leave that all to you.
Well, that's you asked me two questions. The first one in regards to C.J. Beathard. Listen, I've listened to both of the callers. All three of them were right about C.J.
Yeah.
HB, the other guy, the other caller, Will, and the first caller that came on. I listened to all of you all because you're part of the Empire, and I'm on the show too. And they said some real interesting things about CJ. And you notice, I don't know, but it just hit me like, CJ really don't have no footwork, man.
Oh.
When he drops back on one of them, a 5 or a 3-step or a 7-step drop, he's lost back there. He'll see the defenders coming and won't move. So I can say this much. I feel a lot of people would say, well, maybe they ought to get rid of, maybe they're going to trade Nick. No, that's not going to happen because Nick Mullins will be the number 2 quarterback as long as he continues to progress. He's got a better grasp on the offense. He knows the offense a lot better than CJ. I feel more safer with Nick going into a game if Jimmy goes down. And, this season right here, this is a season where it's time to see it all come together. We've got a multitude of great players. They're coming up with these different injuries every other play in training camp because it's preseason. Kyle does not want to play a lot of these guys. And that's just it. Some of them, they may have nagging injuries, but they could be out there. But it's the preseason. You don't really need to start worrying about them being on the field until the second half of game 3 and basically game 4. But I mean, it's like that's what I see. I mean, I think if they can get a team to say, look, we'll give you our spare training camp bus with a brand new air conditioning compressor for CJ.
Here comes the deal.
That'll be about the deal, okay? Because at the end of the day, I think Wilton Spate, Spate played under Harbaugh when he left UCLA, and that's where he got his collarbone broke at. He could sling it. And I think he's a developmental project, and right now, Nick's going to be the number 2, and they're going to probably move on from CJ. Hopefully they can get a trade partner. He'll look good maybe in the preseason. There's some teams out there right now that need some kind of backup that knows how to go on the field. So, it's a possibility. But I will say this much, too. I listened to that other caller, HBK, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. He touched on something, man, because ever since last year, since McKinnon got injured, we've had like maybe 8 different running backs that have came on that team. At least 8. I'm talking about all the way back to the Alfred Morris, to everybody else we had that, I think it was a Travis Cadet, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's been a long list, and here it is. Now we're starting the season in less than 3 weeks from this Sunday, and we're still signing. We signed 2 other running backs this week. Well, not this week. One we signed this week, and the guy Wild that came over from the Jets. He's been a little light journeyman. This is about his 3rd team, I think. But then, if you look at this kid, Austin Walter, listen, buddy, let me say this much. Austin Walter is on the cusp to take somebody's job. I can kind of see this because
with
this kid
with that Devontae Freeman style.
Yeah, and he's also got he's a great pass blocker.
Strong.
And
that's
anything Kyle's asked him to do. Yeah, he's at 5'8", 200 pounds. That's a pretty strong dude, man. Yeah.
Bowling ball.
Okay. So, it's I got a feeling. I'm not mad at all if they IR McKinnon and you bring this guy Walter in and possibly put Jeff Wilson back on the practice squad where somebody will probably snatch him up.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Somebody pick him up.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if Walters pans out and he looks good so far, and then you got Coleman leaving the way with Breida as the number 2, and then Austin Walter, and then
you got
I got a feeling that before the trade deadline that McKinnon might be gone. It makes all the sense in the world
they probably won't trade him, but they'll IR him. There's some his contract makes it a little difficult, but James, listen, we got to pull up, and
sure, Ronbo.
And I tell you, I'm going to be back tomorrow, too. I can't stand it. I got to get on back in there.
By the grace of God, looking forward to it. Once again, want to thank you for what you do and everything that you make available to us. Talking all 49 of sports. And Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you. Be blessed.
Thanks, James. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And we pretty much all agree. I'm not going to jump on it, but everybody agrees. Everybody sees the same thing, same issues with poor CJ. So, I just really, at least if he could have rode off into the sunset on top of his horse and not holding the rein and walking alongside, if you know what I mean. This is not a good way to go out. He's got to go out looking, at least firing. I got to tell you, somebody mentioned that he might go to the Eagles. Could he be the next Nick Foles? He's got a great deep ball. Nick Foles has got a great deep ball. We'll see. Big Al.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Big A. You know what thing is, man? I'm enjoying everything I'm seeing, the process as it goes along, and I figure it's going to unfold with dramatic bang, bang, like 4th of July effects on opening day. But there are some things we need to be concerned about between now and opening day. And one of them, Robert Saleh points out, that's really got my attention, with saying, I need these guys out here to get some work. We got a lot of things we want to learn. We need to get our timing and our chemistry built up. And I'm thinking, hey, he's right. These guys can't get that done sitting around in the equipment room getting treatment. They got to get out on the field. So I'm thinking about that. And also, as I mentioned, CJ, poor guy. And anything else you want to throw in there? Well, what are your points on these things?
Well, Salah's right. I mean, my main thing that's irritating me right now is Nick Bosa. It's just, man. You waited to the last minute for the contract because the boy's a baller. He could play. We can all, everybody can see that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know, man. It just feels like nothing ever goes smooth for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
every year.
I don't know. I don't want to be negative. I'm gonna talk about some positive stuff, man. I didn't get to talk to you, man. You're gonna have to start having a West Coast and the East Coast show separately, man. It's hard to get in to talk to you now, man. East Coast. I'm over here in Fairfield chilling, man. I'm out here in Fairfield, man.
With all that nice weather and everything else.
Fairfield, California, by the way.
I know what you mean.
Probably got some Fairfield, Connecticut's out there, yeah.
Oh, that's right, huh? They do have an East Coast Connecticut. Okay. Oh,
right.
yeah.
Hey, Ronbo. 2 nights ago, man, the disrespect for my boy Dante Pettis, and come on. They was just throwing my boy
under the bus.
Can I touch on that real quick, please?
Ran over him.
Real quick, please.
and hit it on reverse and ran over him again. Oh, and Big Al, did you hear about what his sister said, right? His sister has come out and said, listen, people, my brother is not gay, okay? You know that was out there, don't you? Everybody's called Dante Pettis. And maybe he has leans in that direction, so maybe that's why he's a little soft. And not taking a shot at gay people, but it's just that they're saying that to say that he's not a football player, you know? So, but go ahead.
Can I share something? Can I share something with the fam?
Yeah.
Some of your favorite athletes from since you've been a little kid have probably been gay men. They have. No.
That's true.
You know,
I'm laughing because you brought that up.
Yeah, I'm a natural man. I'm married to a beautiful woman. I have no issue with what people do in their personal life. You know, us as fans, we have to understand a lot of athletes, they have a public persona and then they have their personal life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that man does behind closed doors, that's his business.
Yes.
I think Dante Pettis, you gotta look at people's upbringing. His father played professional football, so he comes from money.
Baseball.
He's lived in the suburbs his whole life, right? So yeah, his father played in the MLB. So he's not a hood dude. He's not rough around the edges. He didn't come up rough and hard. So his character is that of a kid who was raised by a professional athlete. You know, it's like he doesn't have a good preseason game against the Cowboys, and everybody talking about his personality, how he dresses, is he gay? That doesn't matter. What sticks out in my mind when I think about Dante Pettis was when he was whooping Seattle's ass, because he's the number one player that was jumping off the screen. You know what I'm saying? The boy is a baller, man. He has the potential to be D1. You can hear Shanahan, he's saying he's got some things he needs to work on. That's why he played his ass against the Cowboys. Because one of the reporters asked him, well, why'd you have Dante out there? He said, because he got shit to work on. Playing,
Tell the truth. Exactly.
Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wants Dante to assert himself and take – Kyle wants him to be his number one guy so bad. And he should. He's, as I said yesterday, the most talented wide receiver we have is Dante Pettis. No doubt about it.
I agree. And your boy KB, if I see him dancing, boy, oh my goodness. He gets under my skin. I know that's your boy, Ronbo.
I know. But I talked about him bad. I mean, I talked about him as bad as anybody and everybody else. And Dre, who's also his biggest fan, we split love on. Dre got on him today. We are not going to excuse Kendrick for that drop. No. That was ridiculous.
Hey, and you know why we can't excuse him? Because he's talented. That's something you expect a guy who's not going to make the team to do. But come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a full year under your belt in Shanahan's system, so you should be ready to go with that. Hey, but one more thing. I know you got to go. Jalen, respect to Deebo Samuel, but Jalen Hurd is going to be we got kids out here. A monster. He is Ronbo. Did you see how the boy he told those DBs, "You coming into the end zone with me, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there." He was playing with that. I see, like you said, I see why he been getting in fights in practice. He is a dog.
Yes.
6'4", 20, like 230, 240.
He's about 227 right now, but he says he plans on putting on some weight. So look out, NFL. If he gets around 235, oh, my Lord. Hey, who's that running back? The Titans. Is it Titans? Eddie George. No. The one they got currently right now. That big house running down.
Henry.
Oh, I want to see.
Yep.
I want to see him running down the field and straight arm like Derrick Henry be grabbing folks. He don't just straight arm. Derrick Henry grabs him and shakes him up first, and then throw him in the dirt.
Yep.
And then he runs. I said, oh my! Yep. If he gets around 235, look for that kind of thing. I wish he would.
Yep. Hey, but Ronbo, it's good to get in with you, man. The season is back, so I'm about to be a frequent caller again, man.
Good.
It was just off season, wasn't much to talk about, but I've been listening, man. You cracked me up. I was watching you and watching the Cowboy game and watching you, man. You was having me rolling, man. My son said, "Who is that guy?" I said, "That's Ronbo, man. That's Ronbo."
I went through more.
So,
I went through more
man.
emotional trauma than necessary. It was a preseason game. People pointed that out to me lately. I'm having fits, but I like our guys to do well. Even it's like your child or something. If they embarrass you, you get upset. They were embarrassing us a few times. I got mad. 200 and something flags. We're okay though. We'll get
Yeah, the penalties is out of hand. The penalties out of hand, but it's preseason, so we can take a breath. When the real deal comes, we got Bosa, we got Barrett coming back, we got D4. I mean, we got a defense, man, and we got Jimmy G got weapons now. So now, hey, I'm not gonna say 10 and 6. I'm not gonna say no numbers, but I'm gonna say playoffs. We're gonna make the playoffs. If health is on our side, we're gonna be in the playoffs. That's it.
Big out.
That's it.
Hey, we'll see.
You gonna be on tomorrow?
I tell you what, I'm already made the promise. Now I definitely will be back tomorrow. Now, all right. Looking for you too. All right, now. Have a good night. Oh, God. And here he comes, the man who drives the car. The man who drives the ice cream truck. As he's always... JJ, what is it? Are you attending another one of those satanic meetings? What is going on back there? I think he just got engulfed during the ritual. He may have been a sacrificial child in this particular meeting. Jersey! They stole his ice cream truck. I already see him running down the street. Hey, you can't take my truck! Wait a minute! Oh, hey, let's see. And now it's party, party, boom, boom. Party, party, boom, boom. Rico Suave. Rico! Rico. Are we back to Jersey Joe? And by the way, Jersey Joe is on the West Coast. I don't know why he calls himself, oh, wait a minute. Let me not make that mistake. Jersey sells jerseys. Get it? Jersey and Joe. JJ!
What's up, Ronbo? Sorry about that, man.
Jersey. Are you driving? You're in that truck. You're in an ice cream truck, aren't you?
Let's go, nice!
You should have your daughter come up and I want vanilla and rocky. Can I get a double scoop? Vanilla, Rocky Road, and I need to think about this. Okay, hold it right there. I gotta get back to Ronbo. All right, just wait right there. And then Jersey comes back. Yes, JJ. Hey, JJ. I've been meaning to tell you. Some of the artistic photos you sent, we can't really post those. They're kind of like, and I'm gonna start forwarding them to Big Show though, so he knows how you're just annihilating him. It's good work.
Our group,
but yes,
seen them all.
Hilarious stuff though. But we're gonna reserve it for just personal viewing. But hey, Jersey. You must have something on your mind. You don't always call. You should just drive by and honk the horn. What do we owe this honor tonight? What's on your mind?
I don't know. I was just calling to honk again at people. I didn't get a chance to call in after the preseason game. I was just pretty excited. I said, man, but Drake keeps killing it for me, man. Every time I see something good, he's like, calm down. It's just, he's right. Shit.
Hey, Jersey, are you on a speakerphone? It's kind of getting an echo effect.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just a mouse truck. I'm in an 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler ice cream truck, so.
You got to do head. Well, because your sound is sort of getting muffled. If you can get in closer, so we want to hear what you're saying, because you've always got something special going on.
Hold on. You want to come back to me real quick?
Okay, we'll do that. All right, right after we'll take one more call and get back to you. All right. It's Rico's Rico ready. And let me maybe I'll
Yo.
Yeah, you are Rico.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Rico, man, we're just sitting going over some things that, because everything's peaches and cream so far this year. And even as bad as we played against the Cowboys, they still won that game. So what happens when they start playing like they're capable of doing, I see steamrollers coming up. But in the meantime, Robert Saleh brought something to my attention, and everybody's attention for that matter, about these guys. Even though you got an all-star lineup there, they do need to get some work in between now and opening day. So, but everybody says don't worry about it. They'll probably get in some time between now and opening day for sure to work on some of the things they need to work on. There's a lot of technique and stuff they need to polish down and get the timing down. You know how it goes when you're playing ball. So, but I'm hoping to be okay. And then, of course, tonight I'm saying, hey, can we please give some love to CJ? I can't even beg people to give no love. Rico?
To CJ?
Yeah.
To CJ?
Did
you say CJ?
Yeah. Poor CJ. Oh, man.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
You like CJ?
Well, no, I like him, but I like him as a person. I wish he could clear some things up on the field. Somebody mentioned his footwork, and I do realize that is an issue with CJ. He falls back, and then he goes into statue mode, and he's processing a little faster this year than last year, though, it seems, from what I could see in that game. He doesn't take quite as long to figure out what he wants to do. And
hey, Ronbo,
but he's still,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you 100%. And somebody, I think it was in our group chat and stuff like that. A couple people said it. He was like, his footwork is just like atrocious. It's like, dude, you get the ball and it's like, you'll just stand there, 1, 2, kill him. Like, come on, get rid of the ball. Like, so I can understand where you're coming from. I mean, he out of from my understanding. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like what was it? The other quarterbacks we have is like he has like a nice deep ball. He has a strong arm. You know what I mean?
It may be the best on the team, Rico. That's a funny thing about it. That deep ball accuracy and strength. That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's like it's really nice, but it's just like, come on, you got to have your fundamentals. You got to have.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with NFL quarterbacks. Either you got this or you had that, or you don't have this or you got that. You know what I mean? So it's like deep ball, he's good, but man, did you see not to switch up the conversation, but did you see Deebo Samuel? Oh my God, the way he fucking jumped up and
yes. He was good, man.
God.
You go ahead. You can get all out about Rico. I mean, Rico, you weren't here after the game, so if you got some things you want to say about anything that happened during the game, you go right ahead, man. It was fun. That was fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurd did good. The way he had that first touchdown, the second touchdown was like, it was good. He jumped up and just beat the cornerbacks, whatever, and he had a touchdown. But like the first touchdown, it was crazy. He grabbed the ball and he put his shoulders and helmet down. It's like he turned from a wide receiver to a running back, put his shoulders down, and boom, boom, touchdown.
I was like,
shit, touchdown.
Hey, Rico, we have to give a transfer name. You know what? Because you're right. He can go from a car to a giant fighting machine, right? This dude, man.
Yeah, bro.
So we call him Bumblebee because Bumblebee is one of my favorite Transformers next to Optimus Prime. Because, the dude got the ball, and like you say, he dragging that defender, man. I'm telling you, I'm coming in. Ain't nothing you can do.
Come on. It's preseason, right? So, okay, you got a rookie player. Another guy would have caught the ball and like fumbled. I mean, not fumbled, but like went down and like was scared. He got the ball on like it was like inside the 5-yard line. It was like the 4-yard line, whatever. And he like bolstered his way through and hit 1 defender, 2 defender touchdown. I'm like, holy shit! And then the next touchdown, I'm like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. I was looking more to see like Dwelly and Debo, but Debo did have a good catch and it was really nice. And he was up in the air and he smashed out the guy's hand like, give me that mother. Nigga, I'm fucking Debo.
Exactly.
I was like, oh,
Debo. You know who I am? Walking away from him. My name, D-E-E-B-O. Don't you forget it. Hope you never see me again. And then they got to come and get him, Debo, calm down.
Real quick. Hey, Ronbo, real quick, right? Did you hear about the Tom Brady news?
No. What? How long ago?
They say Tom Brady.
All right, real quick. This was about like 5-6 hours ago or something like that. I just got out of work early, but it said before Tom Brady grew up in the greatest quarterback in NFL history, he was a kid from San Mateo who dreamed about whatever. Could Brady's dream put on hold for decades finally come true at the age of 43? So they basically saying that Tom Brady could. His last team in the NFL would be the 49ers. Ain't that crazy?
Oh, they need to
One of
stop.
his former teammates, it said one of his former teammates went as far as saying if Brady ever plays for anyone else but the Patriots, it would be his hometown team, 49ers. Would that be fucking crazy?
That would be insane. It's too late, though.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
That
Which
would
he's
be...
already old and washed up, but, you know, he's 42, 41, 42?
Yeah. And his contract, and Brady got a 2-year deal, but his contracts, Brady says, are always 1-year deals, so I don't know. So anyway. But Rico...
Anyway, I was
Yeah, no, that's interesting news. I got to go check that out. It might be one of the things you got to post it up, you know. That's just one of them. It's got a lot of resonance to it that kind of would hit every 49er fan that's known about this thing. Because everybody knows when Tom was a baby, he was a huge Montana fan. So, you know. Well, Rico.
Jalen Hurd, baby.
I'm telling you, man, look out for Jay. Look out for him this year, too. He's going to make some players. You know it.
Jalen Hurd. Love you, Ronbo.
Right.
Love you all, man.
Hey, thanks, Rico. We love you back, too, man. Yeah, be back tomorrow, see if I can catch you, okay?
Niners!
I just hope he doesn't pass out doing that. Blood's rushing to the head. I already know what it feels like.
And fuck the other teams. You already know I do. Hit squad. My heart back blood.
Not Rico. We go back to Jersey. He's probably making a banana split by now. Hey, Jersey, you doing that, man? What's up?
Rico, you on crack, dude.
I'm telling you, man, he can hold that for a long time. I think he's breathing while he's doing that, though. He's figured that out. Hey, so Jersey, so you had some things you wanted to say about the game? Is that what's going on?
Oh, heck no. Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, what's on you?
I know you saw how our defense looked. Our defense just, and those are the 2s and 3s. And sorry ass Dak, give him his $40 million, Dallas. Give him it.
I hope
Come
they
on.
do. Yeah. Give him all of it.
Man. Give
Pay
him
him.
50. Shoot.
Yeah, that way you can't buy another. That's the entire cap right there. So give it all to him. Yes.
And Rob, I know you love what we saw in that defense, and you guys, that's just the 2s and 3s. Oh my gosh. Hey, Rob, I wanted to ask you because I wasn't really sure on this, but during the training camp, when Bosa was blowing up the offense and all that, was D Ford even practicing with him?
No, I don't. I think no.
Nope.
No, but you know what's so funny because
Can you imagine
Nick went
with
out.
him there?
Yeah, Nick went out almost immediately. Right, the first day he came in, so him and D4 didn't have a chance. They were just having drills that day. So Nick and D have never been on the field at the same time. So teams, the NFL has no idea how bad it really is. When these guys get together, this is going to be cataclysmic.
I can't wait to play the Rams just to see
Nick.
how messed up
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is going to look. Oh, he is going to be seeing ghosts left and right.
And there's no place for him to go. He can't step up in the pocket. If he rolls out, he's going to roll right into the arms of either Nick or D or heaven forbid, what if Solomon Thomas sneaks in?
Even.
Or a linebacker comes zipping up, and the linebacker, if you multiply speed times distance, can you see Dre Greenlaw, Quan Alexander coming in from about, maybe 10 yards at full sprint?
Oh my gosh,
You'll hear that all the way up in the nosebleed section. Bam! Oh! And immediately the referees have called timeout.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one prediction. We got to have at least one, maybe 2 games that are complete shutouts. It's got to be.
Could be. They
Gotta
got that
have
capability.
one of those teams. Oh, yeah, that's what's. Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't wait.
Jersey, we've got to call that game. You know what? Let's. I got to get the schedule tomorrow. I was saying Jersey Joe called it. Pick a team on the schedule that could get shut completely out by this defense.
The Saints.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Jersey, I love our team, and I know you do too, but I think you may have went too far that time. Oh, I'd love to see it, though. Woo!
You know, I'm trying to think. It's got if I got to name one, maybe the Bengals.
Yeah, because they're kind of sick right now. No A.J. Green either.
The Bengals are even. I know you're kind of looking at the Ravens a little bit, but Lamar.
You're ex-severe. I was just thinking, Ravens maybe.
Yeah.
If that
Lamar,
quarterback,
did you see him in the preseason game? He didn't. He looked horrible.
he's got.
I saw 3 air balls, at least 3.
He's not a pocket
Looking like Shaq
quarterback.
out there.
I never would have thought of that. He's out there throwing bricks instead of threes. You know, Shaq used to always say, I'll make them when they count. Okay, we lost the game, Shaq. Those counted. And Kobe's sitting over there just flames coming up and says, I'm so sick and tired of working with this dude, man. He won't stay on a diet. He ain't committed. I'm out here working twice as hard, and I ain't getting no championships. And he talking about where's the Krispy Kreme in this town.
Krispy Kreme is round like the rim.
That was a good Shaq imitation. But anyway.
Hey, Ronbo, after your show, you got to check out something. Another George Kittle video came out during your show. It came out about like maybe 30 minutes ago, and it's him just breaking down his routes. Shanahan is oh my good Lord, and you hear it all the time with Kittle. He's always giving him praise. I love dealing with his system. It's so crazy. You know it's going to work out before it even happens.
See.
So, oh man, and as Juice said it. He's already. This is coming second nature now.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready.
And this is his hand-picked team, Jersey. Not our hand-picked team. Because a lot of us, if we were to pick the team, we'd be throwing half his guys away. That's just the way everybody says. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Be the worst. We love your show, but you don't know what you're doing.
But I will. Yeah, you got to get rid of Bourne though. Bourne's gone. I can't stand it.
Hey,
he owns a purse, Ronbo.
I know. You know, Bourne did piss me off, and I'm not saying anything about him today. I've got no room to stand. I mean, I got not a leg in this courtroom. But when he makes a comeback next week against the Broncos, we'll be back.
Oh, come on, Ronbo. Come on, man.
Kendrick, this is your fault. Look what you did to me. Oh, God. All right, Jersey. Hey, how's that little girl? Is she doing okay?
How about what?
How's the little girl doing? She okay?
Oh,
your daughter.
She's awesome, man. I'll try to get her on in a few more episodes coming up.
All right. Looking for it. All right, Jersey. Talk to you later, fam. Oh, here we go. I thought he was going to compete with Rico. Sorry, Jersey.
Man. All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. And we swing over to Lamont.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo, man?
Hey, Lamont, man. You know, it's so much fun talking about the 49ers because there's so many subjects you can just jump on, I'm concerned about what Robert Saleh is talking about as far as he needs his guys out in the field so we can get some work done. Also, I'm concerned about CJ Beathard. I don't want to see him on suicide watch. And also, if you anything about the game, Jalen Hurd, Taylor, Street, Dre Greenlaw, another guy that just was putting up, Marcel Harris. They were like heat-seeking missiles out there. Lamont, anything you want to add, just jump on it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, first of all, man, I just want to say, man, thank you so much for your platform, man. And coming out to us, out in the East Coast, man. You know, we're in the Washington, D.C. area, and it's huge, man. It's a lot of 49er fans out here, man. I'm talking about 20, 30, 40-plus years, man. Even though that the 49ers have been out there on the West Coast, man, we follow the 49ers real heavy. And speaking on that, man, you know, Kyle Shanahan, he was the assistant coach over here with the Washington Redskins. So we've been following Kyle Shanahan for a long period of time, man. And he's just a genius when it comes to creating mismatches. Yeah, so he's just a genius when it comes to creating mismatches. And one of the things that I hear you talked about today earlier was about the C.J. Beathard thing. And, you know, one thing about C.J. Beathard that I'm going to give him credit for is if it wasn't for C.J. Beathard, we wouldn't have Nick Bosa. Because we definitely should have won both games against Arizona. So that's the positive thing that I look at.
It's about that's cold. Funny, but you know, you did give him praises. You know, it's
But if you want to look at some tape,
he's right.
If you want to look at some tape, is of C.J. Beathard. To me, his best games as a Niner basically was against the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. He kind of played
won that game. That's
lights
true.
out against them. Yeah, and I think, you know, sometimes records can be deceiving a little bit because I know he's like 1-9 as a starter, but a lot of times he was ahead in a lot of those games, and the defense wind up giving up the actual games.
That's true.
And so sometimes numbers can kind of be deceiving.
And they don't tell the whole story. Exactly.
It doesn't tell the whole story. But one of the things that I do see from the players is just something like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like the players in the huddle believe in C.J. Beathard. I don't know why. It just seems like it's just a different tempo, or it's just a different set when it comes to Mullins and, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, of course, he makes other players bad. We've seen that in the 5-game winning streak. But even with Mullins, it just seemed like, I don't know, it just seemed like, to me, it just seemed like he's a competitor and he's trying to win. Like, he's trying to make the right throw. It just seemed like he's just out there competing. It's just like, no matter what happens, you know, he's trying to get the players the ball to be able to do what they do.
He inspires.
You know?
He does what a quarterback's got to do. You got to get your guys to run through a brick wall for you as a quarterback. That's why when you look at Jalen Hurd and what he did with CJ, that he climbed that ladder to get that ball because it was a good throw, and it gave Hurd the advantage because he's the tallest. And CJ commended him on it. Says, you know, when you got guys that'll work that hard to get the ball for you, it's, you know, you got to love them. And I thought about that. And CJ, does he have some players that maybe he didn't appreciate their effort? Because he's not an animated guy. CJ's not going to get in anybody's face. That's what I'm saying. He's such a nice kid. Maybe the NFL, you can't really be a nice kid as a quarterback. You know, you got to holler at people every now and then. Yeah.
Right, definitely. And that's what I see when I actually look at the game as far as dealing with that. Now, as far as the injuries, and I'm just going to be honest with you as far as dealing with the injuries I'm not really worried about too much. Only reason why I say that is because our first 2 games is against Tampa and Cincinnati. And if we can't win those 2 games without, you know,
we don't have to have a full roster, is what you're saying, right? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, this for us having Jimmy G back and, you know, the signing of Tevin Coleman and Tevin Coleman being, you know, healthy, and it's just not everything on Breida, a healthy Richard Sherman, you know, and that's why it's so important for us to see what these people can do in these preseason games as far as people who are year 1, year 2 type players, because we need those people to be able to step up if we're going to, you know, try to make a run. You know, we're going to get into the playoffs, but really try to make a deep run. We need those people to play. You know, we need your boy KD to step up. You know, we need your boy KD to step up.
We've made that connection, haven't we? Now I get held responsible for Kendrick. You know, that's right. He's going to look good this weekend. I'm telling you. Oh, man, Kendrick, what did you do? Ow. Okay, it's okay. He'll be okay.
Yeah. But I know you got other callers and all that other stuff,
Yeah.
man. I just wanted to jump on, man. And like I said, man, I appreciate everything that you do, man.
Thanks a lot.
It's not a day over here on the East Coast, man.
Yeah.
So, I'm
glad you held on
games.
so we can get you in here too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And all the games that's on the East Coast, man, I'm definitely going to, like the Tampa Bay game, the Washington game, and the Baltimore game. I'm going to, man. I already got the tickets for that, so definitely Niners all day, man.
Should be a good time. All right, Lamont, if you get a chance, man, be back tomorrow. All right.
All right, thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you. Night, Lamont.
All right.
Yeah. And let's go to Los Angeles. Your area code, one of the many, 213. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. What is your name?
I got on. Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Everything's going on. It's all red and gold. What is your name?
Hey, my name is Mike, Ronbo. They call me Niner Mike. Niner Mike, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Niner Mike. Hey, listen, I'm a big fan. Thank you for having me on. I'm a big fan. It's my first time being on. I just want to thank you for having me on, all right?
Well, thanks, Niner Mike. Niner Mike, are you originally from L.A.? You sound so New York City, East Coast somewhere. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. You already know. I can't hide it. Brooklyn, I can't hide it.
I feel it.
Hey, but I'm out here on the West Coast now. They call me Niner Mike because, I'm on Niners all the time, and I keep it on. And somebody told me about your show.
Thanks,
I started
man.
listening, and let me tell you, man, I really like it. I like it. I like it. You get a lot of interaction with the true fans, the real fans, the Niner faithful, the Niner Empire, not the Niner Nation. For you fucking Raider fans, jerk offs out there that don't know the difference.
I like this guy already.
Hey, I like you. Hey, listen. You got to lock me in so when I call, you can do the name thing. You know what I mean? When I call, you can say, we got Niner Mike calling. I want you to lock me in, all right?
I got your name up already on the screen.
Hey, my man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Niner Mike. You know what thing is, man? I really, we've been la-di-da. Everybody's been all excited because we know we got this army of fiends, right? And then Robert Saleh comes in and lets everybody know, listen, these guys are good, but we need to get some work done here. And I got to get these guys off the IR or off the sick bay and get them out here. We got to get some work done.
They got to play. They got to play. They got to play, Ronbo. They got to play. They got to play. These guys haven't even made it through fucking practice. They got to play. Everyone's talking about how great we're going to be. Let me tell you something. You don't become great by not practicing, by not nothing. You got to play. And these guys haven't played nothing yet. Now, when they start playing, then we could talk about the great things and this and that. But until then, people need to pump the brakes. Honestly, you heard it first. People need to pump the brakes. But it can be great. It really, really can. It can be great. If it is, it really, really can. Beathard and Bosa coming off the edges sounds really, really lovely.
It sounds crazy, Niner Mike. It sounds insane.
I gotta tell you, listen. It does. Oh, you're right. It does. And with Bunk in the middle, and I think Armstead's going to have a good year. I don't know about Thomas. Maybe Thomas shows up. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Wherever his taxi takes him, you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter if he shows up this year. It's a plus if he does, but it doesn't matter. This team is going to romp whether Solomon Thomas is ready to contribute or not. That's the beauty of it all. It's just ridiculous this year.
I tell you what, though. Let me be honest. Let me be honest with you, though. The big story for me, Ronbo, is the offensive line. It's the other line. It's not the defensive line. It's the offensive line. Personally, I think that the Richburg kid, I think he's a miss. As sad as they want to say, I think he's a miss. They should have stuck with Kilgore. And dare I say, if they stuck with Kilgore, that our dear friend Jimmy Garoppolo wouldn't even be hurt right now. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it. Don't say I said it. Anyone out there, I know I'm saying it, but don't say I said it. All right? I'm being honest, though. If they stuck with Kilgore was doing just fine when we won those 6 games at the end of 2017. He was doing just fine. I don't understand that. Personally, I don't understand it. The guards, we need new guards. This year, we'll be lucky to make the playoffs, Ronbo, because the truth is, the interior offensive line, it sucks. When it comes down to playing the Rams for the championship, who's going to block Donald? Who's going to block him? Okay. I can't name anyone on our team. that's going to
let me
block
tell you
Donald.
what. Can I answer that? Let me answer that. Here's the thing. Remember one thing. Everything Kyle does, and now he's got the right guys. He couldn't do it very much last year, but everything he does comes out of play action. This is what takes some of the sting off of that defensive rush. It helps the offensive line out because, quite frankly, we got better run blockers than we do guys who can stand back and pass protect. So as Jimmy's rolling on that pocket, plays develop, and nobody knows the difference between the run and the pass when Shanahan's system is really working.
But I got to be honest. I hear you, but I got to be honest, Ronbo. You've seen it like I've seen it, like every other 49er faithful seen it. The kid Garoppolo, he was running for his life the first 3 games. He was running for his life.
He was doing a good job, too. He was getting away.
He tore his ACL. He was running for his life. That's why he tore his ACL, for Christ's sake. He was already sacked I don't know how many times in Kansas City before that happened.
But he's got better weapons.
For his life. I'm just being honest. It was
But he's got better
different.
weapons.
It was different.
Matter, Mike? He's got better weapons now.
He does have better weapons. He does have better weapons. And, hey, listen, I'm all Niners all the time. I hope them guys kick it into gear and get their thumbs out of their ass and start fucking blocking people. Because I don't want to see the guy on the freaking repaired knee running around back there for his life. Again, I don't want to see it. They need to man up, and they need to block some people. And if they do that, I believe the rest of the weapons will take care of themselves. I don't care who they put in the backfield. I think we got enough of them. I think Shanahan does his thing. He does it really well. And I think the receivers, they need to step up, though. Enough dropping fucking balls. Listen, I like KB like you, Ronbo. Ronbo, you like KB, right?
I love him, man. I love that dude.
All right, now look, I love KB. Listen, KB could be special. He really could. I watch a lot of his stuff he puts up. Listen, he puts some great stuff on tape, but he's got to stop fucking dropping balls.
Yeah,
he's got to stop dropping balls. He busts my balls by dropping balls.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. Shanahan gave him the shot. He gave him the chance to shine before Hurd shined in that playoff game. He
called his number
and
first.
He dropped it.
Oh.
Yeah, and he dropped it. And he dropped it. And listen, Jalen Hurd's going to be special. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to let him do his thing. Jalen Hurd's going to be special. I like the pick when they took it. I thought a lot of people slept on him. Listen, anytime you can get a wide receiver, right, with wide receiver capabilities. He's got wide receiver capabilities. 6'4". He showed that on Saturday. He's got wide receiver capabilities. Anytime you get a guy like that, and he has the smarts and he has the physicality of a running back to go with it, watch out.
And speed.
Watch
and
out.
Niner Mike, his toughness is this. This dude, people forgot he just got over a knee injury. Does he look like a guy that got over a knee injury? I got Jerick McKinnon sitting around and can't heal up. I got other guys running around. He's got out there playing like nothing ever happened. That's a bad man.
And there's a difference. And there's a difference, clearly. You could see it with Jet McKinnon. God love him. I hope he's okay. But honestly, it sounds like he's going to be one of them cases where it just doesn't come back together. And for what it may be, it is. But listen, KB, he could be special. He's got to step it up. And old Nelly on Dwelly. Listen here, old Nelly on Dwelly, all right? Old Nelly on Dwelly. Dwelly's going to do good, too. I think him and Kittle are going to light it up this year really, really well together. I think the two of them. And Dwelly, I like that kid. He had a lot of feistiness in him that game with the other night.
But one question, because we got to go. But listen, one question is this. Did you, in your wildest imaginations, did you think it was going to be Ross Dwelly to step up and get on this stage? Did you?
Honestly, I didn't see it coming. He came out of nowhere, but I've been reading about him here and there. Seems like, different people have been talking about him a little bit. But listen, he's going to be really, really nice with the Kittle kid.
I think so.
Because I tell you, you might be able to take your best safety and put him on Kittle. But who the fuck is going to cover Dwelly? No one's going to cover Dwelly up the middle. Let me tell you, he's going to be a beast. The kid's got hands, and he's got heart.
Put them both on. 2 tight ends set. I hear you. And and just to make it more difficult, throw Jalen Hurd, Mrs. Hurd's baby boy out there at the same time.
Jalen Hurd, if you need somebody on your fantasy team, go ahead. Late round, Jalen Hurd, he's going to get you a few touchdowns because he's going to be a red zone threat. I promise you. There's not too many people that can get up like 6'4" gets up and be able to do it with the attitude that kid does it with, because that kid's tough.
Coordination, skill, he's got it all.
But listen, hey, Ronbo, I got to go. I got some pasta sauce going, honestly. I got to go. Listen here, Ronbo.
Don't let it burn.
I appreciate you. Yeah, it's on the West Coast here. It's only 9 o'clock. It ain't too late. You know what I mean?
All right.
But listen here. Listen, I got love for you. I got love for your show. Niner
Thanks,
faithful.
fam.
You guys be safe. I'm going to call in. Lock me in, though. All right, Ronbo?
I got you, fam.
All right, I appreciate you. Niners, I'm out of here, baby. Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later. Dude, man. Hey, Alfredo!
Hello?
Hello, Alfredo. What's up?
Hi, Ronbo. I've been waiting for so long.
Shh. We're not supposed to make children suffer. Alfredo, don't tell everybody. Alfredo, the thing is, there's a few people we gotta try to be fair and take it in line one after another, So, you don't have school tomorrow. You're okay. Hey.
I do.
Oh, you do? You got school tomorrow?
Yeah, but I'm okay with it.
All right. Tell you what, Alfredo, let's jump right into this thing, man. Excuse me.
Okay.
And first of all, C.J. Beathard, you might want to say some things. How do you feel about C.J. Beathard? And he's hurt now, Alfredo, and seems like he's not going to have a chance to compete. I want to know what your feelings on that. And also, is our defense going to have enough time together to prepare between now and day one? I mean, I know we got a lot of superstars, but do they need to get together at least a week or two before the season starts so they can be fully effective and deadly? I mean, what are you thinking?
Okay, so, PG Beathard.
Yeah.
Beathard,
What about him?
or wherever. Oh.
Yeah.
He's only good at making deep throws.
Everybody says that. Poor guy.
He cannot adjust to hard passes. He can't move.
I wonder why that is. You wonder why? You think it's fear? You think he just can't read the defense fast enough? What do you think it is? Yeah?
He's probably scared.
You think he's scared? Yeah. He's been playing ever since
Nick
college
Mullins.
football. It could be, though.
Nick Mullins, he could move his wrist. Like, remember that one game whenever, I forgot which game it was, but whenever he threw it and to move his wrist down to make it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Mullins is good.
Yeah, Nick's really a tough guy, You could see it in his face. When he sits back in that pocket, it's just the body movement. You can just read what's going on with him. Nick is determined to get that play going, What's your favorite play by Nick Mullins? Have you thought about everything he's done so far? What do you like the most?
I liked how my dad, he likes Pierre Garçon. Well, he's not playing anymore.
I was just thinking about it.
My dad.
You talking about that Raider game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After 3 years, they finally got Pierre Garçon this time.
You know what? Your dad's right. Pierre Garçon was a free agent, about 4, 5, 6 years. He's a few years ago, we were hoping the 49ers, your dad will probably tell you about that. Everybody was hoping the 49ers would pick up Pierre Garçon. And I think, and we would have had Garçon and Anquan Bolden on the same team. Both of these guys are tough guys. If we would have had Garçon against the Seahawks instead of Michael Crabtree, Garçon doesn't take anything off of anybody, and neither does Bolden. The 49ers win that game against the Seahawks because Michael Crabtree, he got manhandled. So,
He got, oh, gosh, it was embarrassing.
Wasn't it, though? I know. It's history. Somebody asked, would you like to have, Crabtree was, he still is a free agent. Somebody says, should we bring Crabtree back to the San Francisco 49ers? Would you bring him back?
Nope.
Alfredo didn't even hesitate. Hey, let's see. Who would we like to bring back to this team that we've already lost? I was trying to think of somebody that's playing with somebody else now. Who?
We need safeties.
Safeties? Wait a minute. Alfredo?
Yeah.
Alfredo?
Eric Reed.
Eric Reed?
Okay. He wasn't bad.
No, Eric Reed was very good. Kowalski, the reason why Eric Reed, they got rid of him was partly because of Kowalski T. Because Kowalski gets paid less money, And you can't pay a first-string player starter money unless he's a starter, right? So Kwaski T beat him out, and they told Eric, listen, Eric, we're going to have to restructure your contract now that you're no longer our starter. And, Eric Reed, nobody's going to accept that. And then we had what we have now, and Eric Reed's playing with the Panthers. But he was good, though. So.
What do you think about Richard Sherman?
And like you, Alfredo, I did not like Richard Sherman. In fact, before they started talking about it, I got into arguments with people on social media. They said, what we should do is see if we can get Richard Sherman. What? Because I did not like Richard Sherman. And so.
He gets injured too easily. He gets injured too easily.
That's true. But he's a nice guy. I didn't know he was really a nice guy. Now that he's on our team, this guy's awesome. I mean, as a person.
Yeah.
Right? And so we're going to see this year, he's all healed up, and he's going to look a lot better than he did last year. So that's a plus.
But
Go ahead.
During training camp.
Yeah.
During training camp, Pettis beat
I know.
Richard Sherman. It was embarrassing.
Who do you think is the best wide receiver on the 49ers roster right now?
Hurd. I like Hurd.
Okay, but skills. Not your favorite guy. But who do you think is the most skilled wide receiver that we have?
Who likes to make hard catches?
I mean, it all. He's got to be able to run routes. He's got to be able to lose his man. He's got to make tough catches. All those things that you think make for a good wide receiver. Who's your top?
Debo.
Debo. Hey, you know what though? You got a good point there. But
Trent Taylor's good at running routes.
Oh, I forget about Trent now that he's gotten hurt, and I haven't seen enough of him. See, I've watched them all, and if I had to say who's the most skilled, maybe not the best wide receiver, but he is, Alfredo. Last year, Dante Pettis actually beat Jerry Rice's rookie record for touchdowns. Jerry had 4. Dante had 5. Dante didn't even play the whole season. He's the real deal, Alfredo. The only thing he's got to do is get out there and prove it. Maybe we'll see that this year. Fredo?
If CJ Beathard comes in, the only way he'll be good is with Debo and Goodwin.
We're gonna see. Well, hey, you and I, Fredo, we gotta pick our players who we think are gonna do the best so we can compare later who's right. I think you're the guy between you and Braden. Alfredo, we gotta go. Let me see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Oh, can I say something really quick?
Real quick.
Okay. Texas boy.
Yeah.
And he's trash. He goes for the Cowboys.
Good call. All right, Alfredo, we really gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Oh God, Texas boy. I don't know, Texas boy. How is it that all the kids don't like? Texas boy. You know what they say about people who animals and children don't like? They're really not good people. That's got to be you. Hey, and it's Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony.
Couldn't get in the other day, brother.
Yeah, it gets a little crowded sometimes. I'm glad to see you got in today, Tony. And it's fun today because I'm taking out a moment of silence and a day for C.J. Beathard, who, Tony, people are, it's like nobody's giving any love to C.J. I mean, it's kind of rough. And also, Robert Saleh brings up a good point, I feel, in saying, because we're all saying, we got this guy, we got this guy, we got this guy, we're going to the Super Bowl. But Robert Saleh saying, listen, if I can't get these guys out and we can't get some work done, it might not be a good thing. You see, this is why I've been telling people, Tony. People thought Robert Saleh's not a good coach. I told all those who hated him last year, listen, guys, you get that guy some good players, and I guarantee you he is going to be a special coach. He's a thinking man's thinking man, Tony. That's what I like about him. But, Tony, your feelings on anything and everything.
The same thing.
Huh?
Well, I enjoyed the game. I thought Greenlaw had an excellent game.
God, yes.
That guy's got to make that team. I thought Richie James, all right, he fumbled that ball, but I watched the replay. I rewound it, and if you watch the replay when Richie goes to catch that ball, his helmet hits the ground pretty hard. Back of his head just goes boom.
Oh.
And I think that's why he coughed it up. But, Marcel Harris, Julian Taylor, Ross Dwelly, Jalen Hurd, of course.
Maybe Street.
But that boy Valaga, Jeremiah Valaga.
I want to see him against the second string, at least this week.
Exum, that shoulder hit, that hit he put on Gayton.
I know he's your favorite guy.
Whatever his name was.
Tony says if Exum doesn't make the 49ers, bring him to Australia. We've got a place for him. Hey,
I'll put it.
Which team would he play for? Who's the roughest, meanest, toughest guys in rugby league?
Well, the team I support, they're red and white, so they're called the St. George Dragons. So I'd take him on our team in a heartbeat.
Oh God!
Travarius Moore. I think he had a good game, and I mean we call it preseason, Ronbo. You know what I mean? Like for us as spectators, it's preseason. I think the 18 penalties and came from. But there's guys out there trying to show their stuff so they can, they're fighting for a contract. So I thought they just came out and they thought, all right, everyone came out with that attitude. Like coaches have been saying, extreme violence, all gas, no brakes. True. And all of them just come out and I'm going to kill somebody today.
Explode. Yeah.
Nobody cared about penalties or anything.
We set a record, so you got to be right, Tony. That's got to be it. My God, I've never seen that before. Whoa.
Yeah, the way they came out, it was brilliant. It was brilliant to watch. And what I did notice, like it was good to see the ones on the sideline. You know what I mean? And what I noticed, the ones like Shermanator and Joe Staley, they're all talking to each other, and they're probably
taking
watching
notes
out there, and they're thinking to themselves, "These are the boys that are going to back us up. Well, we all right. We're going to be all right."
Yeah.
Because I noticed them all when the boys are coming off, they're all giving them high fives and patting them on the back, big smiles. Everyone's excited.
Yeah. I tell you. And a lot of those guys that are making mistakes out there, it's believed, and I think I heard Shannon or Lynch say it, some of the guys that aren't getting it now, we realize, they're never going to get it, and they'll probably be the ones that might not make the team. So, a lot of those guys who are messing up are not going to be messing up in a few weeks because it's going to be gone. So only the cream of the crop, and there's a lot of cream out there, Tony. It's going to be backing those guys up.
There is.
They were standing on the sidelines. So.
Oh, and I left out Debo, how he went up between those two defenders and just snatched that ball out of the sky. That was beautiful.
Oh, man. Those rookie exhibits, man, they displayed why they got drafted second and third. My God. And Mitch Wisnowski, there's another guy. You know what? I got to tell that guy, watch and see this year, does not he account for at least 2 to 3 victories, just him alone. Because you're keeping your opponent on his heels all day long. Tony, when we got more time, I want you to explain how in the world do you practice technique to use your feet to put a ball where you want it. That's frighteningly incredible. That's whoa. We can't imagine that.
Yeah, they do it day in, day out. There's people that just sit there and just kick the ball all day.
And
until they get it right.
And you would think the leg would give out before you get that good. Jesus.
But yeah, I mean the 49ers, the Cowboys offensive line with all the
the top studs.
Commentators and speakers, and they rate them very highly. And we gave them over 200 yards and 18 penalties, and they still couldn't win against the 2 to 3.
What does that tell you?
Imagine what's going to happen when you put everybody else together and put the ones on there behind them.
I try not to imagine it. Every time I imagine that, it makes me crazy. I got to stay calm here.
I wanted to leave the ones on the sideline again next game. Just let them sit it out. We know what they can do.
Most of them will.
These boys fight it out for a spot.
Yeah, they'll only be out there for a few minutes Monday night. So if you don't catch for the first few minutes, you won't see them. I figure Shanahan had meant for maybe a couple of series at the most, but after that, they're sitting down, and it's going to be the Nick Mullins and Will Spate show from that point. So anyway,
and the other bloke was who's got Aziz. I thought he didn't have a bad game.
Oh, Aziz Al-Shar. Hey, I don't know what they can do with the linebackers, Tony, but we got a ridiculous amount of talent at that position. So we're going to see.
The other thing I was thinking about, I thought with with the front line, I was thinking, well, we didn't have that much last year, and Buckner was constantly being double teamed last year, and he still got 12 sacks. So who are you going to double team? Who are you going to double team on that line?
There's no longer that possibility.
And Buckner said, and the thing that stuck out to me when Buckner said, I think it was at the State of the Franchise, he said to what's his name?
The host? Schrager?
The edge rushers. He said to them, you guys, you guys are going to come around. Bosa and
D Ford.
D Ford. He said to Bosa and D Ford, you guys are going to chase him around. You're going to force him to step up in the pocket straight into my hands. I'll just clean him up for you, brother.
It's a big little thing, Tony. Tony, we got to go. I'll tell you what. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get you in there if you get a chance to call in a little quicker. All right.
All right, brother. No problem. Shout out to all the hard-working truck drivers out there, man. People on the planet.
Good call, Tony.
Thank you very much, Ronbo.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you very much, brother.
Talk to you later, bro.
Mate.
All right. Eric, we move swiftly over to. Vince is already talking football. We'll just listen in. Hey, Vince.
Ron Beathard.
Yeah, Vince. What's up?
Ronbo.
You.
Oh, buttons and shit.
Vince, you're certain.
I thought you clicked on me.
No, I wouldn't do that. Hey,
good.
Vince.
It was good.
Yeah, Vince, you need to be. I can hear you, but I can hear a lot of sound going on. Are you driving?
No, I'm right here in the workshop.
Ah, okay. You're getting a lot of outside sound that's drowning you out. Is there any way you could step away from that?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me good now? Can you hear me better?
It's a little better now. It's a little louder, which is what I needed. All right. Vince, come on in there, man. Yeah.
Man, hey, after seeing Saturday's game, man, damn, the receivers looking good, but
tell you.
I mean, it's just preseason and shit, but that fucking Hurd, man, we haven't had no fucking threat like that in a long ass time. That red zone shit, you know?
Yes. And how bad do we need red zone? Bad.
Fuck. Bad. Hey, but you want to know what the trip is? That Senior Bowl, it really comes into play because after Bosa, the next 4 picks, they're all in the Senior Bowl.
I know, right? And you don't want to be at the Senior Bowl every year because that means your team sucked. So good thing we took advantage of it this year. Good call, Vince. Yeah.
Hey, we got Hurd, Debo, the punter was there in the Senior Bowl, and Greenlaw was in the Senior Bowl.
See?
All those 4 guys were in the Senior Bowl.
See? You can get a good look at them like that. See? You know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, remember that rumor came out with these fucking scouts are saying, that John Lynch and all these guys were just like disregarding what they were saying. I mean, because they're probably right there, they're getting a close eye at these players. They probably were like, these guys are just going based off the Senior Bowl, which John Lynch and everybody was there.
So maybe these scouts outplayed that. Oh, they were doing all this hard work scouting other players.
And you guys
from
just
other
ignored
schools,
us.
and these guys just like, now, yeah, you know what I mean? But hey, they didn't go wrong, man.
No.
All those picks are fucking beasts. They're
I'll tell
all
you.
beasts, dude.
Hey, but Vince, you know what?
like,
You know what, though, Vince? I'm curious, though. I want to know who the scouts picked. I just wish we could find that out. I don't know how we could find it out. But who was the scouts think that was so much better than who we picked up? I mean, really? I want to see these guys you're talking about, right? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I also read something on Bleacher Report. It was like it said like 8 players of rookies that are standing out in camp and shit. And one of them was that guy. One of them was that guy that everyone wanted before the punter, which was he was from Florida. I think he was a corner or something. Chauncey Gardner or something.
Oh, Chauncey, yeah. It's safety.
Yeah, I guess he's showing up and he's on the Saints. He got drafted by the Saints. But I guess
I gotta check him out.
Man, these motherfuckers got that. Although these guys got fucking Lattimore, and then they're gonna have their fucking secondary is gonna be fucking on lock.
I know. Why is it some teams always pick the right cornerbacks? You know, that's really funny. Some teams always get the best. Look at Chicago.
And what's even something that fucking got to my attention was that year, those fucking guys wanted fucking Foster, man, and then they fucking ended up getting a good ass center.
See?
After we fucking traded up in front of them and fucking fucked us over, man.
Right.
Because say they would have got Foster, they would have never had a good ass draft because I think that year, they did get Lattimore. I don't know if
Lattimore's year
Lattimore or
before.
not, but I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because then they were fucking in the playoffs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but they were going to get Foster, I think, and fucking.
They had him on the phone, Vince. They had him on the phone. And he said, wait a minute, well, I got to take this call. Hold on, I'm sorry. And he hung up. Yeah. 49ers, yeah. You traded up? Yeah, I'm ready. You know, and that was into the Saints. But we wish the Saints would have got it.
We could have dodged a real good bullet right there, man. Fuck. But, I mean, it works out like that. But, I mean, hey, our linebackers are looking legit. I like the way that we didn't have no fucking starters, and we were playing up there with, man, they had fucking their whole offensive line. Fucking Tyrone Smith out there fucking holding, I don't know who the fuck was on the edge, but, I mean, no one was getting bashed his ass, but I was tripping out. Like, what the hell? They got their whole fucking starters, the front. They didn't get no touchdown? What the hell? Oh, fuck.
I know. 49ers stood their ground. Our second stringers, Vince, they stood their ground against and the Cowboys refused to sit their first string down. They embarrassed themselves. Couldn't get no points. Couldn't get in a touchdown. All right, we got you.
Yeah, and you see, I was listening a little while ago. That Niner Mike, he was pointing out all the fucking. He's a good ass caller. Talking about all the players. I mean, Dwally, shit. Like you said, 2-set tight end. I see the picture on Bleacher Report too. Fucking Julian Taylor, he gained like 30 pounds and then he has less body percent fat.
Yeah.
All muscle. Julian Taylor, he was next to.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
He got weight on him, so I mean, shit.
And he's in better condition this year
I heard
too.
you a little while ago too. What if we trade? We're gonna fuck. I really don't want to get rid of DJ Jones or anything, but someone was saying get him for another swing tackle.
I know.
I mean,
hey Vince, we got to go, but get ready for the trades. People are going to start trading your favorite players, so get ready for that, man. I'm telling you.
hey, the Monday, is it going to be a Monday night game or what?
Yeah, this next Monday, we definitely got a game coming up against the Broncos. We're going to be spending the weekend there, and then Monday night action. All right, fam.
Oh,
Vince.
hell yeah, baby. You already know how it is. Bro, I'm bizzle, my nizzle.
He did this. He Snoop Dogged me. Hey, fam. Hey, have a good night, Vince.
You have a good night.
You too. I love the insanity. I know. Hey, Braden, Alfredo, where's the Men in Black with that little thing? Don't remember anything. Okay. Guys, sorry. Where we at? Oh, of course, it's that time again. He weighs in. Let's see. He's lost a little weight. All right, let's weigh him in at 235 glorious, thunderous pounds. He comes in with several titles, too many to name tonight. He is the Iron Sheik.
Whoa! You ready?
I'm so ready. Sheik! Good to hear, Sheik.
What's going on, man?
I'm going to go over this probably by tomorrow, but, Robert Saleh has got my juices flowing, man. I mean, my brain is starting to say, hey, you know what? He's right. These guys are laying around fixing ouchies and sitting in the jacuzzi, and they're in the other treatment room getting, therapy. They need to get out on the field, Sheik, and we need to get some work done. They're really good enough, though. These guys have seen everything they're getting ready to be put through. It's just a matter of putting it all together, on the field. Because remember in the Miami Dolphins, they had LeBron, they had G.D. Wade, and all those. They had, and even you look at the Warriors to some degree with all the All-Stars they've had. These stacked lineups, even though you're that good, you need to play a minute to get, put all that great skill together into a mix. So he's got a good point. So I'm going to see that happen. And also, Sheik, if you can, find a kind word for CJ. Actually, somebody came, the funniest thing tonight was, who was that said, well, you know what? I appreciate CJ because for one thing, if it wasn't for CJ, we wouldn't have Nick Bosa.
That's true. That's true.
That wasn't nice.
That's true.
Oh,
and Debo Samuel. Let me add that one too.
Yeah. But
that's facts.
Anyway, what are your feelings on these matters?
Yeah. Yes, sir. But I just want to shout out to Brady and Alfredo, man. They come in and call me, remove their hands or reins from the ears because of bad words earlier.
We got to get people to please, guys. We have a lot of youngsters. Listen, sort of taper off, keep it clean as you can. All right.
Yeah. We're all faithful. We have passion. We're hungry. We're excited for the season. I get it. But shout out to everybody that calls in and does the thing. But the thing about the CJ Beathard said, I agree. Thank you, CJ, to seeing what you're doing. Being that that deer that constantly comes from our all gas no brakes. We're just constantly going through that. Just to get those Nick Bosa's, Debo Samuel, Jalen Hurd. Even that punter, man, that freaking Australian punter that was being beasting in like hang time like crazy. So, if it wasn't for that, thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes happens for a reason. So we get these guys, get this chemistry going, and these hot, crazy, they call themselves the hot boys. We're going to definitely hit somebody.
I forgot about that. The hot boys, indeed.
The hot boys. Yeah, but we're better than those them boys and Texas boy. You're still in the chat. You got that L, bro. What are you doing here?
You got to give Texas boy credit. He's got real. I mean, the guy's he's fearless. I mean, after after hearing about Dak turning down $30 million, I had to post up on that one.
Imagine this guy, with Tom Brady, Rodgers, freaking all these Drew Brees. This comes in. Hey, I want $40 million, 35, 45, $40 million. Dak to trash Prescott. That can't be David Carr.
That's a good rhyme. I like that, Sheik. Dak the trash Prescott. That's funny.
But the thing is, let them pay them because honestly, they're them boys. The girls. They're just not doing what they. Because Jerry Jones is just like Al Davis was definitely a.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they're doing.
Micromanaging.
Jerry Jones is going to put that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay.
Exactly.
What we want them to
That's
do.
That's why they're finding our way. That's why our owner. And let me just say this about their owner real fast, Ronbo. Is like,
please.
He has definitely hiccups, and he's not the best. He's not. But the thing is, he took a step back, and he said, "You know what? I messed up. I'm not going to go on Twitter. I'm not going to interfere with the situation, with the organization. Kyle, Jim Lynch, take it over. And they've been doing it. And they're doing a good job. From the bulky days, they came forward and took this, team that was in the crumbles. And then bringing ACL. Got that heel on the ACLs, all the ACL players, the ball keeper, and you brought him in and you healed them. They're fixing because we got a quarterback, we got running backs, we got a superstar tight end, we got McGlinchey, we got Staley for a couple more years, we got that crazy defense, we got Alexander, man, we got Warner, and now we have Greenlaw. There's some positions that we need to fix. Obviously the free safety. We got these studs coming in, Moore's coming in.
What team doesn't?
Etc.
Yeah.
Everybody has that, and that's the thing, Ronbo. Competition, and a lot of teams don't have that. Look at the Raiders. They think they have that.
Hey, shit, don't you love using the Raiders? The Raiders are useless for everything but using for a bad example. They're really good for that.
Oh, man, it's terrible. I hate the Raiders, man. I can't stand them. They're just so, nasty. They just make me, just want to, go in the bathroom and just puke it out because they're so disgusting. It's like a bad, bad. But anyways, Rama, let's talk about the Raiders, talk about the 49ers, the best empire better than a nation. We got a quarterback, man, and this guy is going to be coming out this year being a straight-up dog. He's going to throw through his weapons. It's going to be great. And there's a lot of teams that, are going to be very scared. The Rams got older. The Sea Chickens got, there's no more Legion of Boom. The Cars are just spin sorry, and they have no offensive line. And they're going to be scared. We're going to take the division that we've been owning for a while. That's why we have 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And they're showing a few, Rombo. You see Alexander and Warner jumping to what I messed up his name, Al Shai.
You know what? I really was Aziz Al-Shar. I think that's it.
And I'm Middle Eastern, and I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
That is a Middle Eastern name, isn't it? Because as soon as I say Aziz Al-Shar, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the one of those things. I really want to know how to pronounce that. Get it right. But
yeah, I need to fix that. But yeah, these guys doing their hits, Exum doing it. Oh man, they're hungry, and that's what this is gonna be, a great team. I am so excited, and it's. Oh man, this season is going to be amazing, Rombo, and I think we're going to take what has been ours. And these Rams, they think that's theirs.
Pretenders.
But it's not. It's pretenders. They're 1 and 2 for a reason, Rombo. But yeah, I'm just excited, Rombo. It's been a long time, and the health has been the issue, but now we're turning it around. Yeah.
But, Sheik, we've been humbled to the point now where this is going to be even sweeter. You know what I mean? We have been through pain and suffering, abuse for the last 3 years, for the media, other fans. You got Texas Boy. We met Rudy. They had Raider fans. We had so many Raider fans in here for a couple of years that it's ridiculous. Now you can't find it. You got to have a flashlight, even looking at your monitor, to find a Raider fan. So, see, this is how the evolution goes. We're coming full circle here. And look out. I think this is it.
Yeah, and they come back. You see the rotation of they coming back, Rombo, because they know we're coming. We're coming to hit you. We're coming to get you. And it is time. We're going to take it where we had it from the 90s and the 80s. And, even in the hardball days, we're going to take it back because it belongs to us.
That's right.
So
let the Seahawks fans know, too.
Sheik,
we're going to go.
Seahawks fans.
Yeah. In fact, say hi. We have one visitor from the Seattle area today. His name Seahawks fan 123, who says Sherman will never get a ring with the 49ers. Bitter. He's bitter.
Let me just say this. Hey, Rombo, I'm going to that Seattle game at San Francisco, and when Sherman destroys Seattle, we're going to say what's up, and we're going to take that. We have a better chance getting the ring than the Sea Chickens. So let me just tell them that right there. And Sherman is going to say, give me this. This is my. This. You guys are all sorry. That's why I came to the 49ers, baby.
He see what was up and coming. He knew where the momentum was going. He knew where the buck stops. It stops in the Bay. Yes, and I ain't talking about Oakland.
Yeah. And he's going to talk shit about he's going to talk bad about DK because he's a one-trick pony. You know, he's going to just put him on the side. You put this sorry-ass wide receiver against me? Get out of here. But shout out to Lori, man. This girl needs to call in. She's a great, faithful, man. This girl has a lot of heart, Ronbo. I'm trying to get her on the show with you.
Good.
So,
I've met Lori. We've seen her on the chat. All right.
Yeah. All right, bro. Well, faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Empire is stronger than a nation. Let's go. Niners, baby. Let's go.
Have a good night, fam.
Fan club.
All right. Texas boy, please, you've only got you pretty much, since you are the outsider, you do have to be careful. Don't go too far. Guys, you know what? And I also want to say, keep it football as much as you can. Don't do too many personal attacks on Texas boy either. I mean, we can keep it fun, but let's not get vicious, okay? I don't want to say, Texas boy, you can't say I'm not blocking you for texting, but you do need to be somewhat, put a boundary on it, okay? You can come in. People seem to like you. They're always talking to you, but try to keep it clean. Hey, Roger Villanera, he says, what's up? All gas, no brakes. And Brian Culp, he says, hey, dude, Hurd is going to be a beast. Oh, he already is. Easy the third, El Paso in the chat. Oh, big salute to El Paso. And Kim H, she says, Niner Empire roll call, Niner fan from Atlanta. Hey, Kim. And In My Glory, what's up? And then Cynthia says, we and everyone in the NFL see how good Nick is. You know, that's true. And fam, I do have, in the back of their mind, I keep thinking the 49ers might be able to pick up a nice pick for Nick. Don't do it, Niners. Don't do it. And Dante Pettis, Goodwin, Debo, those are my starters. All right. Deion Johnson, what's good, Ronbo? Checking in from the 602. I was realizing, when I take these off, I can stop yelling. You probably thought I'm just a loud person. I am kind of a loud person, but not that loud. Was it Deion? Hey, what's good? Hey, this is Deion Johnson checking in from the 602. Hey, Deion. He says, go, is it gang, Niner gang, West Coast, DJ. And Mr. Blockeye says, hey, Ronbo, 12 in Akron, Ohio. I just want to see our offense get a chemistry along with the first team and the others trying to make the team play hard. As Brady is moving well. Yeah, you know, this time last year, Brady got seriously hurt. Didn't he tear his pec last year? And I think the year before, did he tear his pec this year? I remember the first year against the Cowboys. I remember that Moose came around the corner and Brady trying to protect the quarterback. I think it was Hoyer. And the dude just took Matty B out for weeks. Dave Mercer, thanks for the platform. You're the only thing I listen to at work. Thanks, David. Thanks. Niners knock him cold. Says, these aircasts are amazing. High ankle sprain, torn ligaments, and tendons destroyed, and I can walk on it. Oh, yeah, right. Niners knock him. I just realized yesterday I'm on Twitter, and I see this person's foot taken off, and he's got it. You couldn't see any. Niners knock him. I couldn't see any swelling or anything, but all that, he was at his son's practice, apparently, and something happened. He says he's got a high ankle sprain, torn ligaments, and tendons destroyed, and I can walk on it, not very well, but the support this thing gives is great. So Niners knock him cold. I think you should call the 49ers facility and give them the number of the facility you went to get whatever care you got is great. But hey, good luck with that. I mean, I'm glad to see you're okay, though. Looks like you're going to be okay. Brandon Lone, hey, Virginian here. Yes, Brandon, what's up? Van Life 123s, what's good with you, fam? Giovanni Dario says the Empire strikes back. I almost got the Avengers mixed up. That was Thor's hammer. the Avengers. I mean, there's no Thor's hammer in the Empire. Okay, that's okay. All right, and Bob Money, gosh. Hi, Lori, I see you in there. Red Eye. I hope we meet the Dallas Giants in the playoffs. Wouldn't that be special to beat the Cowboys in the playoffs? God, poor TB, otherwise known as AKA Texas Boy. Wouldn't it be fun to watch him sit there and come up with reasoning as to why the 49ers beat America's team? And for the record, America's team really does hail from San Francisco. We had 5 titles before them boys, okay? Foul! Hit that like. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good old night. Hey, what's up, what? Big Al. Was that Big Al with the pasta? Or was that the pasta sauce? Hey, Niner Mike. I hope that sauce is tasting good, bruh. I'll talk to you later. And Elisa, are you ready? Antoine, is she asleep? I'm going to do it anyway.